Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about. Yes,
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Thursday, January 20th, 2022. And this sports show that's live on YouTube shall begin right now. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us wherever the hell you may be. We appreciate you oh so much. It's not just me, obviously, standing here screaming into a microphone for 3.5 hours, normally daily. It is also the Toxic Table at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. You boys look fantastic today.
Hey, thank you very much, Pat. You look fantastic as well.
Hey, good energy out of the boys today. You know, yesterday was an interesting day. Probably the worst show we've ever put on air yesterday in my eyes. We stumbled out of the gates in hour 1. Lo and behold, hour 2 did the same damn thing. And hour 3 somehow got mixed into that clusterfuckery of a show. And it just became one of these things that we'll look back upon and say, how was that a show that we decided to put on air? And it's because you never know what you're going to get.
No, that's right.
That's right. What you're going to get. We have no idea what we're going to fall upon. And maybe if we did a little bit more scripting or outlining, the show would be vastly different. But in this particular vein of sport talk, we have no clue where we're going. But we do know today, and I think this is why the energy is high. We have 3 big-time guests joining us.
Oh, yeah. Massive.
Not just Ton Diggs, co-host of the Hammer Dahn podcast, which is a gambling podcast that runs 15 minutes after this show ends, and AJ Hawk will be here, but we have Jay Glazer joining us.
Let's go.
Jay Glazer.
Wow.
Hashtag Jay New. Jay Glazer will be joining us. He was chatting with The Rock literally 24 hours ago on The Rock's Instagram Live. They were having a couple terramons, talking about bucks, and everything that has been going on in Jay's life as he has become a large voice for mental health advocacy and the destigmatization.
Wow.
Well done.
Good word.
Bum, bum, bum. Write it down. Destigmatization of people who are going through some things mentally every single day. Jay Glazer has opened up completely on his social media day to day to check in how he's feeling so others can know that there is other people that might appear to have a great life in massive positions of success and fame and fortune and friends that are there. There's everybody is going through this type of thing at all levels of society, so you should not be ashamed that you potentially have to go through it. So shout out to Jay Glazer joining us in about 1 hour from now. 2 hours from now, Dana White.
Damn.
They got a big time fight card coming up this week.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
Maybe the biggest ever.
Is he in it?
Ever. Now, he does look like he is in fighting shape.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Dana. This dude's moving weight. Looks like Jim Irsay back in the day doing those, those super squat heavyweight championships. He'll be joining us. Big time fight card coming up this weekend. We'll dive into all of that. You got Marino and Figueiredo fighting each other. I don't know if I rolled the R's properly in wrong places. I tried. I apologize. That's a trilogy for a flyweight championship or something
Let's
like
go.
that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then a heavyweight championship's on the line between a champion and an interim champion.
That's right.
I don't know how that all works. We'll certainly have to talk about it. But Ngannou's back, dude.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Cyril Gahn is going to battle it out. Big time Saturday. We'll talk to Dana in 2 hours. And in 10 minutes from now, Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. You see that? It was a little bit of a lead up because Jay, big. Okay. Dana White, big. Here we go. But in this particular week, with the particular primetime game coming on Sunday night, closing out the divisional round, leading us into the championship weekend, Josh Allen and Bills Mafia will be here. I cannot wait to chat with a man who has been playing unbelievable football. His growth from first year to second year to third year to fourth year, and getting paid in it and having the entire team buy in. And McDermott seems to be the perfect coach for that entire place, building the culture alongside old Bean up there, general manager. I love that team. I like the way they operate. I like the swag that they have. And it feels like they all love Josh Allen. I can't wait to chat with him about the experience, the culture, how he thinks they got to where they are now, where they're incredibly confident. Now, it is something I assume for young quarterbacks when you're playing against Bill Belichick, you're told he's going to fuck with you. You know, you see and hear people go, I'm seeing ghosts out there, dude. All right. Yeah. Bill Belichick, defensive genius. He's going to have 4 different plans for you, maybe for 4 different quarters. And young quarterbacks are just heads are spinning whenever you're playing. At what point in Josh Allen's career did he feel as if, hey, we are no longer intimidated, scared of anything? They just beat the fuck out of the Patriots in the playoffs. Is this the dawning of a new era? Jordan Poyer said it in the pregame warmups. How did they get to that point of confidence and expectation level? I'm excited to hear those types of things, especially coming from a guy that was questioned by a lot of people whenever his first year wasn't as great as anything. He's just gone to work. Now he's a Pro Bowl alternate.
Wow.
That's right.
Holy shit.
Shout out.
Shout out.
That's sweet.
How's that happen, you think? Is it just because he's in Buffalo? They got no Pro Bowlers up there? What is the deal?
Yeah, I don't know.
Defense, maybe. You can just point
Yeah, but
to
the defense has no Pro Bowlers either.
Yeah.
No
I was gonna say, and he's also, I think he's their leading rusher as well. I mean, he's
And he's a superstar.
yeah, for sure.
And
All
they
the
got-
good quarterbacks. There's a lot of them.
I agree, but in the
Allen's
Pro Bowl-
definitely up there.
Yeah, but in the Pro Bowl, I'm saying they normally have 45 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe it's because of all the alternates and everything like that. But if you play quarterback in the NFL, you're probably going to become a Pro Bowler at some point just because you could be like the 19th or 20th best quarterback in the NFL. And by the opt-outs and actually people winning and injuries, you could potentially be a Pro Bowl quarterback in the NFL. That's kind of how that position is. The fact that Josh Allen, with this year, with this team, hasn't been able to be named a Pro Bowler, I assume is another chip on the shoulder that the defensive side of the ball shares in Jordan Poyer that we chatted with last week.
I love the Ravens. I'm a big Lamar Jackson guy, but he didn't even play, the last fucking 6 games?
Yeah.
He's Pro Bowl over Josh Allen?
And what's that all about?
What's that all about?
What's that all about? Josh Allen, by the way, we're big Lamar Jackson fans around
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So it sucks that we have to potentially say, what is that all about?
Just the misgame part.
What is that all
Just the
about?
misgame part of it.
And also, just very quickly, all those things are voted on by some people that have no idea what the fuck they're talking about anyway.
Exactly, I voted.
Bingo. I voted as well. Wow. I should not be voting for that. That is not something I should be deciding. That's not something Ty should be deciding.
Absolutely not.
Maybe Connor. Maybe you, Tone.
No, I didn't vote.
But yeah, the Pro Bowl and the awards, I think after the entire Pornhub situation, I think a lot of people are calling into questions. But it is something that I assume professional athletes can still use to, motivate them and excite them to get up and get to work and get better than everybody else. Even though I am the leading rusher here, obviously leading passer, our team is doing things that we weren't able to do years ago. Just a few years ago, I was nowhere near as good of a player as I am right now. And it's not just me, it's this entire squad. And we get no respect up here in the cold ass fucking Western New York. I love that thought. I love that theory. Will it be able to drive them past the Kansas City Chiefs, who just 1 week ago, playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers in primetime, averaged 29.7 million viewers for that entire game.
Damn.
That game was a 20-point blowout.
Yeah.
30 million people saw Travis Kelce just fucking around, throwing touchdowns, doing everything he's got to do. The NFL has viewers and ratings in lock, and I can't wait for this weekend. Just before we get to Josh Allen, I'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to our new favorite golfer.
Yes, right.
Akshay Bhatia. 19-year-old stud. Okay, he's a lefty. He appears to be very tall and very lanky. Guy graduated high school in 2.5, 3 years. These are his words, not ours. Graduates high school. Then he becomes a professional golfer at 17. Now he's a full-time member of the Korn Ferry Tour at 19. Just won their first event at a tournament. He didn't even know the name of it.
Yeah.
And he has his girlfriend on the bag that he originally met via DMs because he needed a caddy at a tournament in Texas.
Yep.
This dude is an absolute stallion, a stud. And obviously, when Charlie Woods comes around, everybody's going to have to,
Step in line.
Yeah, they're going to have to
change.
heighten their entire thing. And little John Daly, little John is on his way through the ranks as well. Akshay, being maybe one of the coolest humans I've ever seen in my entire life, is nothing but great for the golf game. And I'll tell you what, guy's a fucking player.
That's right.
Absolute weapon.
Clean swing.
Absolute player.
The way he's shaping that, 9-iron, 8-iron on that last hole to win the tournament.
Now,
Pin-seeking.
as a professional golfer, we are allowed to, criticize his game a little bit.
Of course, sure.
I don't know how he's going to be able to maintain humility. That is something that it's going to be tough for Akshay, I think. You're a 19-year-old just beating the fuck out of these people that have been dreaming about doing this their entire life, graduates high school earlier than everybody else, has a girl that he met on DMs for a caddy for that weekend, now his girlfriend caddying for him. It seems like this dude is living the greatest golf life in the history of golf lives, and I like the fact that he just went out there and worked his ass off. He said, now listen, I've earned this, okay? I have earned this entire thing, which means I put in the work. I assume this dude just wakes up and golfs all day, every day.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if he seems to be an incredibly cool guy. I don't know if he's like diligent on thing or he's just literally just playing rounds of golf all day, every day. This sumbitch might save golf for the future.
Oh, yeah.
Akshay might be the guy. I would say, though, because I hope these two get married. This would be an incredible golf love story.
Of course.
Great.
Oh my God, this would be amazing. We work together, we win together, we met via DMs, we found love in a hopeless place.
Okay.
Okay.
That's an honor.
That's what we did. Yeah.
Shout out.
He needs to get a different caddy. Okay? Just as somebody who has potentially, said or done something in a relationship that caused a little bit of a ripple effect. He doesn't need to be going in between the ropes with anything that he potentially fucked up at home.
Yeah, you're right.
Going on the other side. She is an incredible caddy. Okay, she actually said she knew nothing about golf whenever she started caddying. He's nothing but a winner alongside. Her traveling with him and being his caddy is something awesome, especially for a young guy who's going to have to travel around and do this whole thing. But unless Akshay, he might be a perfect human. There's a chance that, you need that golf course to get out of potential hell that you started, that you caused without even knowing it. And we might be wrong. Okay, we might be completely wrong. But I love the love story. Hope they get married. And I'd like to see this guy get to the top without, potentially, having to.
Yeah.
Oh my
Getting
God.
the yips out
I am
there.
so sorry that I am so sorry. I did not mean that. And then boom, boom, he's out there. That's all I think about. That's all I worry about. He is an adult. He is a professional. We're allowed to say things like this. We love love. We love that they love each other.
Okay.
Big love show.
But we need Akshay to go to the greatest of all time alongside Tiger and the boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Call up Bones McKay.
Get him on the bag.
Get Phil's old caddy on the bag. I think he's doing
him
coverage
off the
now.
mic, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. Like you said,
She's a great caddy. She's undefeated caddy, it feels like, in the Corn Ferry Tour.
But if there's any sort of animosity there, how do you know she's not etching the things
Whoa!
out? And no, I'm saying on the club, and he's saying, "Hey, give me my 8-iron." Here you go, and she gives him the 4-iron.
No!
And he hits it, 170 when he needs to hit it.
She wouldn't do that.
120.
She's on his side.
Yeah, but to be fair, she did self-admit, say, I don't know a goddamn thing about golf. But it's fun to be out here because the Bahamas, it's a nice area.
And with somebody I love.
With somebody I love, we're winning.
We just would like to go on the record as stating we are very much happy for those two being in love.
Yes.
We would like them to travel the country together and be this incredible story that they make movies about someday.
Yeah.
With that being said, Akshay, there's a lot of bags to get. It seems
right.
like Akshay's got a lot of bags to go
He
get.
should get Dottie Pepper on the bag. I feel like that's the right move.
I don't know who that is, but I love what you're saying. Joining us now is a man who will be in prime time television on Sunday night in the divisional round at the home of the Chiefs. Pro Bowl alternate quarterback for the AFC, absolute superstar for the Buffalo Bills, quarterback Josh Allen. What's up, dude?
Thanks for having me on, fellas.
Hey, we are so happy for you, man. You're fucking kicking ass, dude. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
Hey, no problem. You deserve it. Obviously, the work that you put in all the off seasons and the growth that you have showed to all of us, that a lot of work has been happening behind the scenes, obviously, to make it happen, not only with yourself, with your whole team. You deserve it, brother. We're very, very, very happy for you and all of Buffalo.
As do you guys. I know you guys got a nice little payday, too, so you guys are killing it.
Hey, not as big as your bag, but we got a couple more years there. Let's not do any of that. We appreciate you. Let's get into the conversation. It felt like from the video that was released by the Buffalo Bills website, Jordan Poyer saying, hey, it's the end of a fucking era tonight in the pregame speech to the secondary. It felt like your team was expecting to win that game. It feels like you guys are expecting now that you are the AFC East, that you guys should be in the Super Bowl conversation every year. Do you think that just is something that has naturally occurred, or do you point back at one moment that's like, hey, that's when we realized we're the fucking squad now? Was there anything that happened like that?
I don't know if I can pinpoint one moment specifically, but, ever since I've gotten here, Coach McDermott's standard, the mentality that we've had going forward, the playoff caliber type mentality that we have is really what we've been able to adapt and really use for our favor. Every day we come into work, we love being here. We have the guys to do it. You look at our team, man, we love each other. We really do. And Buffalo's not that crazy of a place. There's not a whole bunch going on around here, but we hang out with each other, and we actually do care for each other on and off the field, and I think that pays dividends on the field.
all 22 starters returned. Obviously, everybody talked about the Buccaneers having that. You guys have incredible continuity, and you said you guys hang out outside there. Do you watch the mic'd ups of like Jordan Poyer this past weekend? Taking, I love that man. He's saying on the sideline, and the entire defense is like, we love that guy. And you just talked about the culture, but how does that grow? Do you think it's just the right group of people in there? Do you think it's the right personalities? Like, how do you know who fits and who doesn't? And does everybody just buy in, I guess?
I think it's organizational. I think top down from, Kim and Terry for what they've done, who they've brought in, Brandon Beane, Coach McDermott, and then obviously you see the guys that are brought in, the guys that are drafted, the type of DNA that everybody in this locker room has. I think it's very, very special, and we do get to kind of play off each other's strengths. And like you said, Poyer's video, man, like it's genuine, And if you mic'd up anybody, we'd be saying the same about everybody else too. So. I don't know about the whole goofy thing.
Hey, he's just a goofy ass,
really
but
cool.
they were bearing you a little bit in there. But and there was, by the way, there was people co-signing too. I mean, yeah, he is just big, dumb, goofy ass, isn't he? Yeah, they could have edited that out, I guess. Yeah.
No comment.
We talked to Jordan Poyer last week, and we're big fans of his. He's been incredibly nice to us, and as have you and everybody in Buffalo, actually. But him talking about, no Pro Bowlers on the defensive side. And then a story came out that Jordan Palmer texted you like, congrats on working your way up to the prestige position of a Pro Bowl alternate. Is that something, it feels like on the defensive side they chat about. In the offensive side of things, do you guys talk about the lack of respect for the Buffalo Bills? And obviously it doesn't distract you, but is that something that is intrinsically motivating everybody over there?
I mean, I think as men, right, we want respect. I think that's just something that's in nature. We want the respect that we deserve. But at the same time, I could give two shits about all that. I'm so focused on just trying to be the best quarterback for this team, the best teammate that I can be, and try to win football games for this team. But again, our defense, no Pro Bowlers, and they're number one statistically in every other category, and it is a little mind-boggling. And all of a sudden, you see Poe and Micah be all pro guys, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But at the same time, we're so internally motivated here in Buffalo, and we want to win for each other, and that's what we plan on doing. We got to go up there and do on Sunday.
Hey, that fan base. I mean, you're the perfect quarterback for them, I think. Just obviously everything we've ever heard from you, either in your appearances on Pardon My Take or any of the other conversations, it feels like Buffalo is the perfect place for Josh Allen to be the quarterback. With the weather, with what you're used to from college, massive hands.
Oh, yeah.
Huge. Massive hands,
Huge.
Incredibly athletic. It feels like it's a perfect fit. Do you feel that? Is that something you knew very early? And how pumped were you when a Bildo finally made an appearance there late in that game?
Yeah, I mean, I won't speak on that, but yes, when I was going through the draft process, Buffalo is the place I wanted to be. It reminds me so much of my home and kind of the stops that I've had along my journey. It just seemed fitting for me to be here. So, I've embraced the community here, and they've embraced me back, and it's been an awesome fit. And hopefully we can keep this thing going and start winning some games here and start winning the game here. That's what we really want to do. So we gotta go out there and try to do that.
You have any acknowledgement that you and Patrick Mahomes
Post right here?
Oh, hey, that guy didn't make the Pro Bowl.
God,
Hey,
this dude goes. I love y'all. Just wanted to hop on and say I love y'all.
hey, we love you too, man. Maybe next year you make the Pro Bowl, dude. Maybe next year. He's awesome. Your entire team, it feels like you have that energy. Are there days where you guys all hate each other, or is it like a real family in there?
It's a real family, and again, every family fights and bickers, but you go inside our locker room, and it's chaos from the arguments that people are having and guys playing cards, and like people don't want to leave the locker room sometimes because they're having life talks, and it's a special feeling here.
Well, I hope you guys go and get it. You and Patrick Mahomes, well, obviously you each just signed long-term contracts. Obviously incredible arm strength on both of you. Similar playing styles. The teams are both going this weekend on primetime. One of you will continue to play, one of you won't. Do you and Patrick have a relationship, and do you both understand, like, hey, we are going to probably be staring at each other for the next 10 years? Is that something because like Peyton and Tom, became like good friends. I don't know if it was like that the entire time, but they were one of the only two people that really understood the other person and what they were going through, I think. Do you and Patrick have a relationship, and do you ever see that happening?
Yeah, we have a pretty good relationship, and we've texted here or there, but I got to hang out with him at the Masters last year, him and Travis, and every time I've talked to them, they've been awesome, and I know that they, they're a fun-loving group over there as well, and to get together with them and just, hang out and shoot the shit, and they're really, really good, down-to-earth people, and obviously Pat Mahomes, with what he's got in the community over there, they love him, and he's got a pretty special place over there as well. So I got a lot of respect for him off the field as well as on the field. You see what he's done. He's got the MVP in the Super Bowl, and that's what everybody wants. They want the Super Bowl rings, and he's got one, and now we're trying to go get one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Go ahead, Ty.
Josh, being mobile and breaking off for some of those runs has always kind of been a part of your game, but this year it seems like the team's really using you on like power and like these design runs. Did you know that was going to be something you were going to be doing a lot this year, and did you have to do anything in the offseason to kind of prepare for that, or is it just like I'm a big son of a bitch when it's cold outside and I get going, it doesn't matter?
Yeah, more so the second part of that. It just kind of happens. I don't know. As I've gotten heavier over my life, I've gotten more athletic and faster, which is
that's the
weird.
dream.
I don't really. I'm like 245 right now, which don't tell my strength coach that. But I'm bulked up right now, and I'm able to move pretty good. So he just whenever the team needs me, I'll be there.
What is your expected weight from the strength coach? Lower, 230?
42, so I got a few pounds to go, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
That's like
and Buffalo gets cold, and we talked about that. The winter weight kicks on, so
yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to keep off.
Yeah, it's Buffalo. There's snow. There's build-up. You never know what's going to happen there. Because you have the wiggle, too. Part of that mic'd up was you shaking the shit out of a guy and him falling on his face, and then all of a sudden the next play, you're literally running somebody over. Do you have any fear at all whenever you're getting into contact or running? Is that just a natural, do they talk to you? Does McDermott say, hey, need you not, to take big shots, or they have the utmost faith that you're... For instance, a quarterback that I watched play this year, he sprained both of his ankles on one play, okay? Both of his ankles on one... Yeah, don't laugh, dude. Don't laugh. It was a sad time. It was a sad day. But those types of collisions happen, boom, boom, in the NFL. Is there any thought or any coaching in that, or just go play and do whatever you got to do?
Obviously, there's a lot of conversation of best abilities, availability, so getting down when necessary, but third and fourth down, I got to do what I have to do to help this team win a football game, and I'm going to do it. So, obviously, first and second down, I actually slid on the one where I kind of juked the guy, so I did get down. I did my job there. But like you said, the next play was a third down play. I had to kind of put my nose down and go get it first. So, whatever is asked of me, I'm willing to do.
I like that you shook the guy and then threw the ball out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Shook the guy and then you slide. It's like, all right, dude. I mean, that's a tough go. Not that you meant that, but I think that is hysterical. Go ahead, Tone.
Josh, my question's kind of around you saying that you're getting more athletic with the bigger you're getting. Did you, I clocked you at a 4.42 running last game.
That's good hand speed.
I did. But you had a 4.75 at the combine. Did you just not try at the combine?
I did, but I guess game speed, when guys are chasing you, you have a little added extra motivation there. But again, going back to high school, I was slow. My coach used to call me Tortuga, which is tortoise in Spanish. So I never had the athleticism that I had really up until college.
Go ahead, Connor. Last question, Josh. We can't thank you enough. Go ahead, Boston, Connor.
Yeah, Josh, massive Patriots fan here. So if you get a chance, I'd love my soul back after you took it on Saturday night. There's a report that Bill Belichick went into the locker room after the game. Did he just kind of walk up to you and say, thank you for letting me be a part of the only perfect game in the history of the NFL? Or did he address everybody at once?
I mean, he came up to me, which is really cool. I got a lot of respect for him and what he's done over his career, and obviously he's one of the, if not the greatest coach of all time. So for him to come up to me after a game and just kind of give me some kudos and dap me up meant a lot to me. Just knowing the type of, like I said, coach that he is, the type of players that he's been around and he's coached. and obviously the success that he's had throughout his career. So it was a pretty cool moment for me.
Hey, there's not a lot of coaches from other teams. I think that would just be like, you'd appreciate them saying something, right? Isn't that like, I think
Yeah, he's one of them.
Yeah, exactly. And when I read the headline that Bill went into the locker room and did his whole thing, my immediate thought was like, he's got to be one of the only fucking coaches that could just walk in the other one and everybody be like, oh, thank you. Like, appreciate that. He's almost like a part of the game at this point. But you guys are now the dudes. Like, how does that conversation go? Is it just utmost respect from Bill Belichick to you, and you obviously share it back? Is there admittance from him like, oh, we are not happy that you are in our division for the rest of the time here? Yeah. Is that how that conversation goes, or is it more just like glad handing kind of soft stuff?
Just more respect. Like what you did out there was awesome. You played well tonight, and we didn't have an answer. And again, I shared the respect right back, obviously, because I'm a big fan of his, and like I said, I can go on and on about the accolades that he has. And but again, for a coach to do that high caliber, it was pretty special.
Coach McDermott seems like a cool dude, and the patience that Buffalo showed with him early, and then you coming in from your first year to now, it has to be a glorious building over there. Congrats to Coach McDermott, Mr. Bean. What do you guys call him? Is there any nicknames? Is he around? Is he around day to day?
Yeah, he is. He's usually out at practice, sitting on the sidelines. I go up to him and bump him and give him some shit for a while.
Hey, man, thanks for $500 million. But also, thanks for drafting me, having faith in me, and let's go win some games. Congratulations so much, Josh, and thank you for joining us, man.
Yep, thank you, boys. Appreciate it. Congrats to you guys as well.
Nah, man, we're going to end up, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. You're only going this way. We're going this way. We can't wait to watch you on Sunday night. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Allen. Thank you, man. He's so good at football.
Yeah, fun to watch. Very fun to watch.
Oh, he's this tall.
It's massive.
Very athletic.
245.
Foxy sent me the video from the Topgolf Challenge this morning. He said, hey, if you want a Throwback Thursday to promote that Josh Allen's coming or whatever, and I was going to put it up, but I literally just watched it, and I watched it like 7 times.
Me too.
He hits this golf ball. He had to hit it right down the middle, and he had to hit the back panel basically at Topgolf.
Last shot.
To take the lead of the entire challenge or whatever, and it was his last shot. And he fucking just steps up to that thing, and there is not even a thought in his mind. Boom, blasts it, and then he drops the club and turns around. Like the ball hit the top of the thing, like it hit the thing and then dropped down. It was like literally a perfect shot to end it. Now, he ended up getting beat later.
Yeah.
Somebody else had a better strategy.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody had a better strategy than everybody else, and they played the Topgolf game better than everybody else, but he was unbelievable.
You didn't see it in that clip right before that Fitzmagic comes in and talks shit to Josh, too, so then he had to do that shot.
Yeah, I like the gamesmanship.
Yeah.
He's just a big, goofy ass. Yeah, they could have saved the goofy stuff. Let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side. Some phone calls, some more sports conversation. This thing's frozen.
Oh.
Hey, 5G, dude.
5G.
That's right. It's changing the game.
Hey, AJ Hawk was frozen as shit on Good Morning Football this morning.
He looked terrible.
He
what
had a great
doofus.
appearance, though.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. You need to relax. That was just for parts of that whole
I'm
thing.
just saying.
I don't think it was AJ's fault. He did great on air.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he looks like a clown. Man.
Former NFL linebacker and sports analyst.
Sports analyst.
That's right. Big time.
All right, so I mean, I don't want to be petty, but like Ian Rappaport's just sports insider next time he comes on.
Sports Insider.
I mean, give a little love. AJ Hawk is a goddamn professional. I mean, this guy puts in the work every single day.
Come on.
Well, in Good Morning Football, obviously being accused of bashing our show. You know, Kay Adams, there's articles now coming out that she bashed our interviews with Aaron Rodgers.
That's right.
That's making headlines.
Oh, yeah.
That's making headlines out there.
I went back to listen to what she said, and she did bash the show. I'm glad someone's pointing it out.
Isn't it amazing that is exactly why, like, a lot of people, you know, question the media sometimes? Because although those were the words that were said, in the context in which it was said was vastly different. So if you take the transcript and put it there, certainly true.
Jesus Christ,
and by the way,
bashing the show.
She did say this.
Yeah.
That's what they can say. This is the truth. This is actually what was said.
Verbatim.
And that's a headline, and boom, it's off and running. It's like, it's kind of cool, but it's also probably a lot of the reason why, like, Aaron, you know, does the stuff he does, which is what was being asked about.
Yeah. You said it before.
All comes full circle.
Boom.
Yeah. We are assholes, but you can't make us look like assholes.
Bingo.
We'll do that ourselves.
We do that ourselves.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see Dirty Shoes today?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Clean.
Fire flames.
Dude, He's got this traffic cone orange Air Forces that are just incredible. Those might be the best shoes in the office thus far.
Oh yeah, him and the top recruit to Boise State this year are the only two that have.
Well, they're
those
not
shoes.
better than our Cayman Crocs that we wear, but I mean they're.
Well, it's different genre.
Cayman
I
Crocs.
got these Zions.
Whoa!
I don't know if these might never be seen again. You know, there might only be one edition.
Yeah, one of one.
Unfortunately,
it
does seem as though.
Don't.
Let's get to a break. We're back in 4 minutes with some phone calls. Big thank you to Josh Allen. You're the fucking man.
Thank you, Josh.
We got Jay Glazer, Dana White, AJ Hawk. Your calls and more stories. We'll see you in 4. Play-by-play legend, Al Michaels.
Yeah!
What's up, man?
You know, I decided to dress for success.
I
I've
respect.
been working out all week, baby, just to be your doppelganger. And I got to tell you something. You know, I don't know what the future's going to hold next year, but if you got a spot for me, either in the studio or I could play the role of AJ Hawk as well.
We have room for you wherever, whenever. Okay, so let's dive right into it. You know that I exist. This is awesome.
I love this show.
No.
It's everything I dreamed about, right? No holds barred television. None.
How long you been in the game? TV game? I said forever, but I should have done more research. This is 100% on me.
How about 1968? I did the Hawaii Islanders of the Pacific Coast League. Minor League Baseball. Then on to the Cincinnati Reds in 1971. That's 50 freaking years ago. Marty Brenneman succeeded me for the next 44. I did 3 years there, and then I went to San Francisco. The Giants tripled my salary. And that's why. And then ABC for 30 years and NBC for 16. And here we are, man.
And then. AJ!
Oh no!
I just want to let Robert Mathis went down. We're going to have to get another one for him. Aaron went down. This is all your fault, though, because remember, you pushed everything.
Yeah.
Your towel was in.
I didn't move.
Can we please have a moment of silence for those two incredible pieces of art that I have been very proud to have on my desk?
Robert's left foot is gone.
Hey, he still gets to the fucking quarterback.
Yeah, he can.
Let everybody know he still gets to the quarterback.
We need to get
Oh,
some
the
super.
hat is laid down. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to debut a brand new Aaron Rodgers.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah, he's right before calling timeout here. He's trying to take down the entire defense.
I give him. I'll take the under of 10 days before he's broken.
I'd like to shout out the artist that did this. The artist that did this, Big Sky Customs, Bob Brown.
Thank you.
Bob Brown. I'm sorry your work's gonna get broken on this show, Bob.
Dude.
It's going to get displayed on this
I know,
show.
put it
Bob.
on that
You're
whiskey
welcome.
bottle again.
Hello, my name is Evan Fox, and I am a Lions fan.
Foxy loses.
Biggest joke of a franchise ever, dude. Your team blows.
Lions fucking stink.
Oh, shut up, Fox. Lions fucking stink.
The Lions fucking stink, Foxy. Get out of town.
Get out of here with that Lions bullshit, Foxy.
Lions fucking stink, bro.
Foxy, dude. Download FanDuel Sportsbook. The Lions are 11-6 against the spread.
To the Pat McAfee Show. If you're watching at YouTube, the Foxy FanDuel commercial just made its debut.
Hey, baby Foxy!
That was a good Foxy flick, man.
Thank you.
Detroit Lions, third best team in the NFL against the spread this year.
That's why I love FanDuel.
Yeah, FanDuel is how people in Detroit and other cities where your team stink win.
Yes.
Hey, it's awesome whenever the game starts 13-0.
Yep.
That's right.
You're winning.
That's amazing. The Lions are always in it whenever you're betting with FanDuel. Foxy, that was great work.
Right where
Foxy. Well done.
For all the help.
And by the way, Connor, yours last week was incredible.
Work,
Well
Connor.
done. Thank
Connor.
you guys for that. Foxy is a master at the editing. I believe that is why it kind of came together.
Yeah, Foxy Flicks do numbers.
They hit.
Not as many numbers as record-breaking mornings for some networks.
Yeah.
No, but how could you expect?
But how could you?
I mean, come on. Come on.
We're the most petty motherfuckers on earth. Honestly, when it comes to certain things,
not our fault.
We need to stop it. We need to move on. Baker Mayfield had successful surgery on his broken humerus, torn labrum, and everything else he had going on in his shoulder, which, held him back drastically this season. And I think it was very obvious. So much so that old Stefanski actually said, I'd say he is certainly handcuffed by the injury because the harness is kind of keeping him tight. And he's a very vicious, torquing quarterback whenever not twerking, torquing.
Okay.
Torque. I ain't twerking. Torque.
Torque.
He's got a lot of twisty and torquey.
Right. Yeah.
Whenever he throws, has to use his entire body. So the harness was keeping him kind of tight. He was throwing probably 60%, 65% of what he could. Probably affected his accuracy, is what Stefanski was saying, and a lot of the media and everybody else that was around Baker was saying. Baker wasn't saying that necessarily directly to the public at first, but then as the public continued to turn on Baker Mayfield's performance in the OBJ senior Instagram posts, which have now led to OBJ being unbelievable in Los Angeles. There's just a narrative, especially with a contract coming up, that Baker was, the problem in Cleveland. And the team that was supposed to go on an incredible run and win the AFC North finishes third, I think, in the AFC North. Fourth.
Fourth. Because the Ravens finished.
Fourth in the AFC North. They're supposed to go on a...
Tony.
Sorry. I just realized that.
We did too. And this goes back once again to us not scripting the show and knowing where the fuck we're going to go.
And also being petty.
And also being very petty. Over there. Yeah. But anyways, the Browns end up fourth in the AFC North with an injury, but he played every single game. They had most of their roster intact, even though everybody has injuries. They end up not making the playoffs. It was a big time year. They're supposed to go ahead and take that next step after winning a playoff game against the Steelers the year before. I mean, there was a lot of expectation, and inevitably Cleveland ended up back in the same place they're normally at, which is what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So now, Baker Mayfield has come out and released a video about his surgery, thanking the surgeon and everything. And in his tweet, he says, God bless, and I can't wait to get back to my normal self. Listen to the video, and let's try to figure out everybody's over-analyzing of it, of what they think is going to be taken out of context potentially from this.
Hey everybody, just wanted to check in. Surgery went great, was a complete success. Had a great medical team that took care of me, and checked that box off to get this fixed, and now it's on the way to the road to recovery. This is one of those steps to get back to my true self. This past year hasn't been very easy. A lot of stuff has gone down, and it wasn't easy on me or my family. So I appreciate everybody that's reached out, that wished me well and good luck on the surgery, all the prayers and everything. It definitely did not go unnoticed. So thank you. Thanks to everybody that's helped out so far. Now it's on the way to the road to recovery. It's not going to be an easy one, but it's going to be one that I'm going to remember, and it's going to be a special one. So we'll keep you guys updated. Thank you so much. But this is not the end of my story. It's just going to be one of those little things that I'll look back and remember, that it's one of those challenges and adversity that I'm going to try and take advantage of, and it'll make me a better person. So thank you for everybody that's reached out. Once again, let's go get it.
And why is he wearing that tank top? Put out it, baby.
Yeah.
Well, he's yoked. I would like him, I think that he put on that orange tank top to either represent the Browns, but it seemed to be an uncomfortable tank top. That was one of my first takeaways when I didn't listen to the words. It was like, okay, interesting tank top choice. I think he's probably shirtless. They said, let's put something on for this. Obviously, that was the closest thing, whatever the case. Let's start talking about how he said, I want to use it as something to make me a better person or a better whatever and get back to his true self. Life is not perfect. right? And this is something that I think a lot of people fantasize about, a world in which people who are successful's lives are just as easy. Boom. And there's all these memes and graphs about how people become successful. And everybody thinks it's like you start here and then you just get here, when really the journey is like this, and then you get all the way up there. Think about like Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill was sitting behind Mariota at Tennessee after getting kicked out of Miami, knowing that he would have been great, but having to face a little bit of adversity, being a backup and then getting an opportunity to go. Those type of stories are littered through the NFL's history. Now, granted, there's people that just stink and for whatever reason never live up to it. But no matter what the Cleveland Browns decide to do, and I guess all signs are pointing to him coming back, and who knows what it'll be like next year, there's a chance that Baker goes on and has immense success after this. And everything that was said from the Baker team and other people about this year being complete fuckery because he literally could not aim. I mean, trying to throw something without being able to move, that could be. Or what if he comes back fully healthy, gets hurt again, and he stinks? Then the entire Cleveland Browns think it's all going to rain down on it, and Baker Mayfield will continue to use these adversities and hopefully to become a better player and everything like that. The future of Baker Mayfield is one that I'm very intrigued by. And I think he and everybody around him knows that he played nowhere near his best football. But what if he doesn't? And then yet again, what if he does? He could be in line to make a big-time paycheck if he goes out and plays well with a roster that was built to run the rock and have him make a couple plays. I mean, there's a massive question mark around Baker Mayfield. Right now, my biggest is that tank top. And the next one is, how will the Cleveland Browns decide to handle the entire Baker Mayfield situation?
Well, and that's why it's so hard to predict, right? Is because there's like he has.
By the
to
way, shout out tank tops.
Shout out tank tops. He has to stay healthy. Like if he doesn't stay healthy, if he does all this rehab, he's out 4 to 6 months, and then he gets hurt in the 4th week of the season, and like it doesn't matter. Like that's kind of been a knock on him, just like Jimmy G. It's like, hey, when this guy is fully healthy, he's very good, but we can't rely on him being fully healthy all the time.
And then off the field, he said my family and everything being rough. I mean, his wife has gone to bat for him because that's a natural thing to do. I think whenever somebody's in the public eye and you're the significant other and you see a lot of shit being said that you don't think is fair because you're seeing the behind the scenes of it. So I wonder, with the God bless, thank you, I'll get back to my true self. They're probably pretty pumped to get to a new mental state here during the offseason, the grind that was, and move on. But that rehab's going to suck. I mean, let's not get it twisted. Like J.J. Watt's rehab to get back had to be fucking miserable. I mean, it's painful. It's long hours. Now, granted, he gets paid a lot of money to do it. So, yeah, do it. I understand that. But also, the process is not a fun one. Baker's about to get in there, and Andrew Berry has to make a decision. That roster at the beginning of the year, I mean, you got OBJ, who's had 6 touchdowns in like 8 weeks or whatever at this point for another team. You got Jarvis Landry, who's an absolute dog. Austin Hooper, who's a baller. And Njoku's over there. And then in the backfield, you got 2 All-Pros potentially, including one that didn't play, 8, 9 games and was still top 5 rusher at a time in Nick Chubb. And offensive line
paid a bunch of guys.
They're ready to go. The defensive line, not only Myles Garrett, you bring in Clowney, who made some big time plays in the back end. That roster is built to go. You got to go. And Andrew Berry has to be feeling that same thing. It's just like the situation here in Indy almost.
Yeah,
it's pretty close.
It's just like the situation here in Indy, although Carson has already gotten paid, Baker has not gotten paid. But whenever you're on a roster that is built to go on a run and you don't go on a run and you're in the position that has the most importance in the game of football and you played in basically every single game, no matter how injured you were in that game and the team did not succeed, that's an interesting predicament for old Andrew Berry to be in.
Yeah, and he's definitely, down in the dumps. But when you look at how many,
he was very sad.
First year, second year.
Oh yeah,
at the end he was pretty down. But I mean,
I thought he was just trying to be.
Those are sad eyes.
No, when you're talking about during the season, he was getting like death threats, wasn't he? During the season, there are reports of him getting death threats because of how bad
I also have a stat that
playing.
What's that?
I don't want to spread misinformation on this show.
Go ahead.
The Ravens lost their last 6 games to have the same record as the Browns.
Oh, okay, stat that. So they're tied for 3rd.
Yeah.
But both tied for last.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
stat that.
So they went from 4th to 3rd, but they're still in last.
When you look at the standings, they're in 3rd and the Ravens are in 4th. So I don't know what's going on with tiebreakers or whatever. I just didn't want to spread misinformation on this program.
Well, thank you. Because you did laugh mightily.
Yeah, big time.
He had a good hearty laugh when
we
thought that they potentially ended up in last in AFC North.
Well, because they were talking about the Browns going to the Super Bowl this year.
So whenever they end up tied for 3rd or
not making the playoffs.
And when 2 out of the other teams with Ben Roethlisberger throwing 75 times a game for 115 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, that team's making the playoffs.
One time, dude. One time.
What's that?
the stats didn't matter that game.
It wasn't just that game, dude. I mean, you go back. Guy threw for 107 yards on 97 attempts.
Yeah. Ben he threw it 3,000 times this year for 1,500 yards.
This guy is on a run of 400 straight games with at least 100 yards passing.
God. How dare you?
It's incredible.
5th most passing yards all time in NFL history.
Well, we know how he was collecting them very.
Nickel and diming him at the end there.
Come on.
Ben didn't deserve that.
No.
Okay.
30 million eyes tuned in on Sunday because of Ben.
Because it was Ben's last ride.
Yeah.
Everybody was watching like, hey, we don't want to watch this game. It's kind of a blowout. Travis Kelce and the boys are fucking around throwing it to offensive linemen and stuff. But this is the cowboy Ben Roethlisberger's last ride for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Exactly.
And he'll be 5th all time forever, too, because, that's a different record book. You got to start a new one with these 17-game seasons.
Well, I mean, so we're not going to count this past year where he added another 1,300.
He was already.
He's still 5th. He's still 5th, not including this year.
What are we doing?
Don't worry.
Ben does not deserve this. I did not. Once again, this is our show, not knowing where we're headed. Ben, we have a hell of a career, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Seven.
But I will say, when Ben doesn't play for a few years, we'll see more of his highlights instead of his current play.
Yes.
And not that his current play is bad, but he did. He dove one time this year.
My God. Thought his
remember
knee
that?
exploded.
That was one of the most insane plays I've ever seen in my entire life.
Got him.
No, he dove. We saw it in slow motion. I don't know what happened. I think he saw somebody.
Quick screen up the middle is the tight end screen.
But he was still able to decipher, defenses.
That's right.
Still able to lead that team to the playoffs. And I think that is why, whenever you think about the Browns not making the playoffs and that Steelers team making the playoffs, when we had a moment of silence for that Steelers team that was not going to win or have a winning season, there was no way. And they still end up making the playoffs. And that is why the conversation is the way it is. But I'm excited to see what Andrew Berry does. I'm very excited to see what Andrew Berry does. There's a lot of moves that need to be made around the NFL, especially with the coaches, not being hired and GMs not being hired. Here's an interesting name that's been brought back into the fold, not for a head coaching position or a general manager position, but a former head coach that was once seen crisscross applesauce on a sidewalk 3:30 a.m. eating French fries and having a few beers.
Boozed up.
Having a time.
Spitting some game, too.
Would like to let everybody know, we are not judging him. We are just stating the fact that this is a dude who does get after it.
He ripped his darts? I think
What's
he had
that?
some darts.
Yeah, probably had an old Vrabel 1-2 piece in there. I think they were maybe smoking 3-4.
I think he had tarps off, too.
Definitely had a chaw in.
I don't think he was shirtless. He had
popped
a polo on. I think he had a polo on. Classic
popped the
DC.
top.
I mean, maybe he had a polo on, but just around his neck. I thought that there was a
Whatever
clip of him.
whatever the case.
Okay.
Guy has a good time.
Yeah.
Jay Gruden is being interviewed for the Carolina Panthers offensive coordinator position. And if he was able to become a head coach in the NFL and had a pretty good time, I'm going to assume that Jay Gruden is a pretty good offensive coordinator, has a pretty good offensive mind. We did not do enough stats, #stat that, or analytics on his success rate as an offensive coordinator. But we feel as if he's going to get a head coaching role in the NFL, there had to be some sort of reason or some sort of expectation of success from his particular department, which is the offense. That Carolina Panthers team, it's going to be a team that is studied for years and years to come. Yeah. As more money comes into the NFL, new money comes in the NFL, and the people that are going to come into the NFL, they have money that make these current NFL owners look like they don't have money.
Yeah.
And although all these people are wealthy and they're in a much different world than us, there is different levels to this shit, especially now with the tech world and what has happened over the last 2 years. There's people that can literally shit out the amount of billions that NFL owners have right now that are not in the NFL yet. And let's assume the NFL being the biggest league with the biggest ratings, being the biggest platform, that all these uber wealthy folk are going to try to get into the ballgame. Now, will the current owners sell? Probably not. Would be a bad move, but they might be forced out for whatever reason, whether it's Denver can't come to some agreement. There's a chance there's another team in Los Angeles that might be on the move. I mean, Washington, they've been trying to get that team for sale for some time. It feels like new money is going to come into the league, and these prices that they're going to pay are going to be hysterical. The valuations of these teams are going to be ridiculous, and it's just strictly because these uber wealthy folk want to get in there. For instance, Tepper's the newest owner, I think, in the NFL. He was once a minority owner for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then when the Carolina Panthers opened up, he bought the Carolina Panthers, immediately became the richest guy. He's nowhere near as wealthy as a bunch of people that probably want to get into the NFL, and he is treating this thing not as if it's fantasy football, but pretty much. Hey, you either figure it out or get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to pay for our set? Yeah, we do not care. See you later. Quarterback in, quarterback out. Coach in, coach out. Another quarterback in, another quarterback out. Bring quarterback back that we pissed off. We need to overpay him to make things good because we're going to need him for marketing going forward, and we would like Cam Newton to like us because he lives in Charlotte and he is our most beloved player. Fuck it. Pay him $10 million for 4 games. I don't care. Do this whole thing. As more money comes in, I think you're going to see a lot more turnover in expectation to greatness, and then you have to wonder, is that going to help their cause or hurt their cause? Because continuity and chemistry and culture is a big deal. Now, I'm not saying bringing in Jay Gruden is that, but I'm just saying that Tepper appears to have a short resume of making moves like, hey, if you ain't doing it, you're out. Which makes you have to wonder about Rule, makes you have to wonder about everything they have going on this offseason. Who are they going to try to trade? How's that team going to look? And I think that is maybe what the future looks like with more uber wealthy people coming into the NFL. Not that the current owners aren't already.
Well, that's what you look at. Like Rule signed what, a 7-year deal?
Yeah.
Like
$70 million.
I mean, are they just going to start doing that? You think, like just signing guys for 1 year, 2 years because he doesn't care and we'll get rid of. I mean, I guess if he's going to eat, whatever he owes. If
Joe Brady.
Yeah.
Joe Brady,
it's
Sam
crazy.
Darnold,
Yeah, Sam
Teddy
Darnold.
Bridgewater. I mean, it's just like, hey, in important roles. And everybody, there's people saying that Matt Rule wasn't safe. And we thought, well, no, he paid 7 years, $70 million.
Yeah.
He's got to be good. That's too much money. Tepper's like, no. Did you see that? Did you see the goddamn Panther I had made? Yeah. That thing's $70 million. What are we even? I do not care at all. It's crazy to think that there's people at that level, but that's real. And that's like the NFL potentially becoming more like the NBA, with turnover and expectation. And there's a lot of old heads that are not going to like that. But I think it keeps things exciting. It keeps things exciting.
You were asking about Jay. He was with the Bengals before he was the head coach. The year before he was there, they were 22nd in offense, and then he got there and they were 18th, 12th, and then 6th, and made the playoffs every single year.
Ooh. The Bengals did?
Yeah.
Oh, so this guy stinks?
No, Jay. Jay was offensive
Improved.
coordinator.
Oh, when he got there. I thought you said when he left, they got drastically better.
Sorry, the year before he was there, they were 22nd, and then when he got there, 18th, 12th, and then 6th.
Okay, so he got better.
And offense.
Yeah, that was with Dalton. He and Dalton were just making magic. Is that what the case
And
was?
they were 4-12 the year before he got there, and then they made the playoffs every year as his OC.
So listen, he might have a couple brews.
Sure.
Okay, he might throw a couple darts.
Yeah.
Guy might have a couple lippers, couple pouches, couple long cut, couple, all that stuff. Might not be the guy that you want leading the entire operation. You get him in an offensive film room, though, this fucking guy can do it.
That's who go.
And it doesn't matter what quarterback we get in here, That's probably what Tepper's thinking, I guess. Who's doing the hiring, you think? Rule? Tepper? Who do you think's making that entire move?
I mean, probably Tepper and the GM, right? Having that conversation because it feels like, the Panthers started out 3-0. If they don't get it done next year, he's probably going to ship Rule out of there. That's why even if they bring Gruden in, like if he doesn't do well his first year, he knows it doesn't matter because he'll just clean house. It's like McCaffrey. McCaffrey's their best player. Tepper's going to trade his ass to get a quarterback that he likes.
I saw him on a beach, by the way. Did you see him?
McCaffrey?
Yeah.
Was he yoked? Yeah.
It is. I mean, he is
etched out of marble.
Yeah.
And he has the mindset like he will dive himself right into a car crash.
Yeah, lives for it.
Stanford guy, right?
Yeah,
Stanford guy, super smart, comes from a family of great athletes.
Olympians.
Just a freak show athlete out there and is so explosive, it's damn near reckless. Like, hey, that human body is doing too much. But then I saw him walk around the beach and it's like,
he can handle
holy shit, dude. Good for him. He's an absolute stud. He's very good at football. And Teddy Bridgewater got sent out of town without Christian McCaffrey. And then this year, Christian McCaffrey was hurt again. Sam Darnold's about to get sent out of town without him. If you don't have your best player playing, your team's probably going to be different. But if your best player is likely to get hurt, every play that he's in, because of how good and explosive and he has zero fear.
None.
He will sprint head first right into 4 people, and then he'll try to explode through it, and his muscles are like, oh, well, not only did you try to kill your brain, but also we can't be doing what you're doing right there.
Possible.
He's awesome. Christian McCaffrey is awesome to watch, but there is a theory that he's getting sent out of town so Deshaun Watson will come back to Carolina.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, Tepper is playing Sam Darnold $19 million because they already picked up his 5th-year option, and it doesn't feel like Sam Darnold's playing for the Panthers this year.
It doesn't.
At all. They're paying McCaffrey $16 million.
All right, next hour we'll have Good Morning Football sports analyst AJ Hawk with us.
Whoa.
We'll have Jay Glazer of Fox Sports with us. We'll break down the division around this weekend. I can't wait to dive back into those games. Has anybody changed their minds on any ideas? Do we have a Super Boost on Saturday and on Sunday? Is there a Spread the Love event happening in New York right now for the Knicks where basically you just get in and win a bet? Yes, only on FanDuel. We're back in 6 minutes for hour 2. You're the best. Cheers.
I am on LSU with the points, TCU with the points, Bradley with the points.
Marquette plus 14.5. Boston plus 1.5, Louisville -7, Virginia Tech money line, Wake Forest money line, LSU plus 4.
I also classic. I like the Charlotte Hornets plus 3.5. They're going into Boston. That's probably my favorite team to bet on.
Yeah, there it is.
Right.
The balls.
There it is.
All right, and then we'll just take it to Chicago. We got Cleveland and Chicago tonight. I love both of these teams, so I'm taking the over of 215.
I don't know what Marquette is money line.
You told me earlier it was like
plus 680. That one it was 12.5, so it's probably plus 700 now.
Sprinky.
Have to.
I'm fading game. I'm going with the Rangers on home ice plus 130.
Also, I really, really, really like the Brooklyn Nets at the Washington Wizards here, money line. It's like minus 104. They're dogs. I have no clue why.
And you talked me into it. I'm also going to jump on Marquette with the points.
We're on the Atlanta Hawks tonight. They're at home against the T-Wolves. T-Wolves fucking stink. Look for Trae Young to go off.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah. You about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand, yeah. I got the team by my side, right hand, yeah. Take it to a string, you ain't see.
I have a surprise, obviously. That's what this show is all about. We have boots on the ground in Cleveland, who I assume knew this was going to happen all along. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Cleveland, Mr. Jason Glazer. Your thoughts on Kyle Pitts to Atlanta, fine sir? Oh, there's a delay.
Well, first and foremost, Pat, I'd like to say, hey, listen, thanks for having me. Cleveland is beautiful this time of year. Granted, it does smell like a mixture of poop and diarrhea and sewage.
Jesus.
It doesn't smell great down here.
Jesus.
But I'll tell you what, 27 years in this thing, I fucking live for the draft. Love being down here. Love being into Cleveland. But yeah, Kyle Pitts, listen. What do you want me to say? I knew this 2 weeks ago.
Really?
I mean, do we need to do this whole fucking song and dance?
Okay.
I'll give you guys 1 through 32 if you want to know. You know, do you want to have fun?
That's nice.
You want to not know who's going? But yeah, I had this 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm wondering is if the guy you had in your studio, Mad Mel Kiper, I know that sorry son of a bitch didn't have this 2 weeks ago.
Mike's not plugged in.
Whoa. Yes, I did. I actually just explained it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
did.
didn't. No, you
Yes, I
didn't.
did.
No,
I
you
had
didn't.
this.
I did.
Yeah,
I
no,
did.
no, you
I
didn't.
did. You
I
didn't.
had this.
I
I
did.
had
You
it.
didn't.
Trust me. Can
You
I
didn't.
talk for Christ's sake?
Okay, fine, yeah.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
talk? Okay,
Go ahead.
yeah. Like I said, Kyle Pitts,
No, you didn't.
unbelievable talent.
No, you didn't. You didn't fucking
Yes,
have
I
it.
did.
You're a bad sack of shit,
Jason.
Kiper. I know it. I looked at your mock draft.
Jason, please relax. Oh my God. Had no idea it was going to get like that. Sorry about that, Mad Mel. Obviously, there's a little bit of content there. He's saying you don't know your ass for a fucking hole in the ground, though, Mad Mel. How do you feel about that from Jason Glazer live in Cleveland?
Well, classic move. You know, Glazer looks like he's getting ready to go to a goddamn titty bar or something like that. I mean, dress up, pal. It's the NFL draft. Look at me. I'm dressed to the nines. You know, you look like an asshole. I mean, just get him out of here, can we? I mean, is he going to stick around? Can we get him the hell out of here?
I think is his microphone still on? Jay, can you hear us? Jay, is everything good back there?
Listen, fuck you guys. I'm out of here. I'm going over to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm going to hang out with Dee Snider and Twisted Sister.
Are you serious? Okay, Jason, sorry. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, Jason Glazer.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's the most beer you did in one night you think of one of those shows?
Well, I never forget when we went to Japan one time. Dudley, Stacy Keebler. I mean, there were so many people out there. I think we went through 103 or 108. Now, between just for myself, I'd always make sure to have about a 12 or 18 pack there. And, here's the thing when some people say, oh, shit, man, you got too much of that beer on. You don't even know how to drink beer. It's like, dude, fuck you. You don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to entertain 20,000 people in an arena. If I just go out there and sip it real properly, how fucking exciting is that? So when you're out there on an empty belly and you're shotgunning beers and all that shit's going in, the half that was going in was for me. The half that was going on was for them. Nice. But I'm telling you, Pat, when you shotgun a bunch of beers like that and you're drinking about half of each beer, you got a pretty damn good buzz when you come out. And that's a sacrifice I was willing to make every single night.
I would assume you were pretty fucked up, yeah. When did you start self-cheersing? When did you start self-cheersing? Was that something you did in college? You're like, hey, Steve, good for me, man. When did that start?
No, you know what? I got to give credit to Sandman for starting that, but he was bashing him off his head, and I don't remember, and it wasn't because Sandman was doing it, so I don't want to say I copied him, but he was the first. So, and then my style was, because people always get us confused, they'll say, yeah, man, you used to bang them on your head. No, motherfucker, I was the guy that clacked them together. It was just something we came up with. I don't know how the beers got introduced to the ring, but it became a thing, and we ran with it.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show, Hour 2 on this Thursday, January 20th, 2022. Just days before the divisional round kicks off. Show begins now. Yeah! At Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor at the talk table. You boys look fantastic.
Thank you very much, Pat. Great haircut.
Good energy. Thank you. Josh Allen was in the first hour. He was awesome.
Yeah, what a guy.
So cool, man.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you acknowledging that he did take your soul from you this past weekend when in a 30-point rat.
Felt worse than 30 points.
Well, Bill Belichick went into the locker room to talk to Josh, amongst other things. Great journalism. Great question by you, Connor. Appreciate that. Tone Diggs is here, one half of the Hammer. Dahn Cowboys, who are on an absolute terror and winning in college basketball. Like, I don't know if anybody else is doing it like they're doing it, but he and Bubba Gumpino absolutely crushing it, boys.
Hey, boys.
All the boys in the back are here. And joining us now from an attic in Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, COVID survivor.
Wow.
Right. And sports analyst, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Hey!
Sports analyst!
Yeah,
sports analyst.
What's up, guys?
Hey, great to have you, obviously. Thank you for joining us today. I know you had a busy schedule of media appearances. For those that don't know, AJ was on Good Morning Football. Here is a portion of his interview with the electrifying crew.
Check, it's Debo, it's Trent Williams, and it's the big boys pushing those linebackers around. Is this Packers team physical enough to keep that San Francisco offense off the field?
They better be. I mean, they've seen it firsthand, I feel like. Obviously,
wait a minute.
From the last time they played the Niners in the NFC Championship game out in San Francisco. I think Shanahan does such a good job. Yeah, of course they're going to try to pound the ball.
What happened, AJ?
I was on the side of the road. What do you think happened? It's like you're trying to do it on the phone.
Yeah, AJ, the thought that you just went on to NFL Network and brought their quality of their show so far down. Can't do it. What are you trying to do? Take out the NFL, the entire league?
I told you, didn't this happen with Rupper yesterday? Was it yesterday or the day before this whole 5G situation went down? And everybody knows that phones have not been the same since then.
There's been a lot of connection issues. Obviously, Rupper did it yesterday. We're incredibly proud to see you on there, dude.
Yeah.
Good job, AJ. I watched some throwback interviews of you last night. You have always been an absolute beauty. I want to let you know, and we are very thankful that you're joining us every single day. 9:25 this morning, he was on.
Incredible. Dropping off his kids this morning, too.
What if you're just the fourth host over there?
Oh, you should slide in the chair.
Hey,
I fit in great over there, I think.
Yeah, you're an analyst.
I like the whole crew. I told them before we were on the air, like when I was speaking with them, you guys are great. Like I actually watch your show. It's fun.
Yeah, it is a fun show. And you added to it, obviously, being a sports analyst. And joining us here in a few minutes will be a guy who's releasing a book here coming up in a few days, Unbreakable, a story about a guy who rose from being a journalist and a fighter to an insider and a guy that everybody in the NFL basically calls a friend. Now he's opening up about his mental health and what he goes through on a day-to-day basis, hoping to inspire others along the way. He's a man who knows everything before everybody else, which actually inspired the hashtag
Jay knew.
Boom. Bingo. Everybody knows that Jay knew. If you found out about it, Jay already knew about it. His book will be coming out on January 25th called Unbreakable. Friend of the show, actor and ballers. Just yesterday, he was chatting live with the future president of the United States, Dewey Johnson. Now he's here with us, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Glazer.
Hey!
Hey!
There we go, baby.
Look at
How
that.
you doing? Look at that.
Hey.
And most of the words are spelled right.
That's nice. It's always good to have an editor, to follow up on the other side. Let's get into it, Jay. Thank you for joining
Am I
us.
supposed to have my phone horizontally or vertically on this?
Vertically is good. And also, we like that you have the blur in the background. You look great in 4K.
Wow. I do. Yeah, thanks. So this way?
No, the other way was perfect.
Well, that was horizontally then.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Vertically.
I don't think I said anything. Maybe
No, go back the other way now, Jay. Other way.
Hold on. It did look better the other way. Now that no. Do not. The sound.
Oh, maybe just try it.
No. We just tried it. Okay, we're obviously in a place now. Jay, you have a book coming out. Congratulations. That's a long process, I assume. Yeah. Did you write it, ghostwriter, hang out with somebody, co-write it, co-author it? How'd you get to this part of life here?
Actually, I had a co-author. Her name is Sarah Tomlinson, but I wrote it. She helped a lot because I wanted it in my voice. I wanted with all the F-bombs and all the humor. And I thought the big thing, and you guys, I've talked to you guys about it here a lot. I've been very vulnerable with you guys. The way to tackle the hard shit is through laughter, right? So I could talk about my darkness, right? I could talk about my darkness. I could talk about my depression, anxiety, and how I'm fucked up, but I'm good with my fucked upness. And then if you do it in a way that you're laughing, then you're able to tackle the harder stuff.
Jay, since you have kind of been public with it and, like you said, vulnerable with all of these issues, how has your life changed?
Oh, man. So I would never wake up with anything but the gray. Like every single day I woke up thinking the sky's falling.
When did that start, Jay? How old were you when that started? And was it professional? You think it was personal? Do you think it just came out of nowhere? What do you think?
Well, I don't know what it's like not to. Like that's from a child. That was it for me as a kid. Like this isn't something like that just came on. Like this is my only memory. I don't know how not to. So I've spent my whole life trying to get myself out of the gray. And that's why the book is how I turn my depression, anxiety into motivation. And you can too. So I don't ever let myself sit in that dark hole. I don't ever consider, putting a revolver in my mouth. I've always used it to try and push myself to greater things, hoping that if I do these great things, then, man, from the outside in, I'll get some love. And I'll understand how to feel that. But as a little kid on, I just didn't understand how anybody could like me, or love me, or the sky's always going to fall. And that's anxiety and depression. And they pull up to your damn dinner table every time they want to, like every damn day they choose. And it's got me to do crazy stuff like step into a cage with somebody, with a Chuck Liddell or Randy Couture, or, wrestle with 1,000 football players, which is pretty fucked up. It's like, hey, when I'm in a bad place, give me some more CTE. That's going to help me out.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And Jay, I think a lot of people are, appreciative. For instance, there's people that we all know, and I think now, especially now in 2022 and in recent history and memory, there's a lot more, I think, people open about it, and I think there's a lot more learning about it, because I don't think, I had experienced moments, obviously, where I felt terrible, but not like the everyday stuff, and then we all start to meet people, and we start to learn more about people, and now you're posting basically every single day about how you feel and what's going on in your head. I want to let you know I appreciate it personally, because I'm getting a chance, I feel like, learn more about some of the closest people in my lives, I feel like, through you. Is that why you're doing it? And how uncomfortable is some of those to not only do, but also post, knowing that there's going to be people that attack you for doing it and thinking that you're doing it for the wrong things?
So here's the the incredible part. I started doing it to be of service. One of the ways I cut through my own gray is be of service. And in the book, I write how even when I was broker than broke. I mean, first, you guys didn't know me then. First 10 years of my career, I made $9,700 a year. Living in New York City, it's freaking awful, just swimming upstream. But I had to because I had to figure out a way to do something bigger to get that outside love because I couldn't love myself for the inside out. And then when we first started doing this, I said, I don't want to wait till the book comes out for me to be able to help people. And we all talk about mental health, but nobody describes it, right? We say, mental health or depression, anxiety, but nobody describes it. And especially after I did the Lane Johnson interview, I said, man, we're able to describe it some there, but I want to start describing it. I want to be of service to people every single day. So in real time, they can understand. They have somebody else they can say, oh, yeah, that's how I feel. And you know what the crazy and the best part is, Pat? Social media is a problem for mental health, right? We compare ourselves to everybody else's filtered fraction of a second. So, of course, we think our lives suck all the time. And then on Twitter, just the crap people say to each other on Twitter, the human condition is not meant to do that, right? We're sensitive, man. And of all these posts I've done, it is scary because I'm pulling my skin back. But it has been nothing but positive. I've had no negative, not one negative comment. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I haven't seen. I think there's one dude who was saying something, but everybody else is like, hey, man.
Has that helped you? Hey, by the way, does that now, there's so many different ways to look at this, and I am no expert in anything, but there's always like the thought of, if you take any weight in the good stuff, then naturally you're going to have to take the weight of the bad stuff. But humans are going to hear everything. So I think it's all been just a front by people to say that they don't care about what anybody says. I would assume having your therapy almost be like public, and the public's response being positive has helped you through this entire thing. And is it like
it's given me a couple days of blue. Like last week, I had 2 days in the gray, which were bad. One of them particularly, where I literally called my training partner, Mark Kerr, the smashing machine, who's freaking 6'2", 285. I'm like, hey, man, I need you to come over and punch me in the face today. Like, I need to spar. I need to work out. His training today is great. It took me until 3:45 to get myself off my couch. And only because I was convinced my sky and universe was falling. And the thing about people like me, it's not real. Like, I know that's not the truth. Logically, I know it's not the truth. But spiritually, inside my soul, it's hard for me to feel that it's not the truth. So I feel that's my truth, even though it's not my truth, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then there was a day, Saturday, man, literally the playoffs got me out of it. But when I hear messages from people and they're telling me that because I'm so open and vulnerable, now they don't feel alone. Now they don't have to suffer in silence, or somebody was going to commit suicide and now they're not because they don't feel alone and I'm helping lead them out, that gets me to see blue. Yes, it's being of service to people. And then this allows me, I need a team. So I created Unbreakable the Gym so I could have a team, a fight team, right? My Fox NFL Sunday crew is a team. This allows me, and this book allows me, and I refer to everybody as teammates in it, to get more of a team of people who get each other. And if I have a team, there's nothing I can't do. But people like me tend to isolate up here, and roommates. When I have a team, the roommates in my head talk a lot nicer to each other. But when I don't, they argue and say some nasty ass shit to each other, and I believe it, and I push people away, and it fucking sucks. Be honest with you, having depression, anxiety at any level, whether it's mine that's clinical or anybody else's, yours that you can go through it, or you have a panic attack, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So I want to be a real fucking voice to help people lead them through the gray to the blue.
It's awesome.
Hey, Jay, were you actively trying to? I'm almost covered up, or act at times like this didn't affect you. I've known you for a long time. You would never know. Maybe we're just not looking, not asking the right questions. But you seem like, everybody. You're the ultimate connector. You're friends with all your coaches. You're the guy. Yeah. So at times were you actively trying to act like you were happy?
Always. It was always a mask. So Mercedes Lewis actually hit me up. I've known forever, training forever.
Big dog.
It was kind of like, man, I've always known you were crazy, but I didn't know you were in so much pain. He's like, I'm always here for you, brother. And there were a lot of guys like that. Or Strahan, who I told you guys I never talked to him about it. Rondé Barber just opened up. I'm like, hey, listen, Mike Tomlin and Sean Payton and Sean McVay, we've got deep on this, and it's got us so close. I didn't have to put on that front or the mask all those years, but I didn't know it because I figured.
Hey, and that's one of your
that's
one of your like mission statements. I feel like the last time we talked, you were like, I thought I couldn't talk to any of these people, and you were at Strahan's birthday, I think, down where in Montana or wherever you were. Yeah. But I think that was like one of your big that was one of your big missions, though, right? Isn't that a part of the whole thing? Like letting people know you don't have to put on a fake front all the time. People,
and that's the thing. Once I started to open up to them, man, it just got us closer together. You do want to help your boys. Think about it. Your crew, you're always wanting to help, but when you have shame, like it gives you shame. So I never talk to certain people. And when I get to the book, in the 4th chapter of the book here, here we go. There's a chapter about the gray, okay? So it's like the first 3 chapters are my journey of getting to where I got to making $9,700 a year. And man, then all of a sudden I get to CBS, then Fox, and man, we're on the top. I'm at Fox NFL Sunday with nothing but Hall of Famers, and we're doing the 100th anniversary of the Super Bowl. We got inducted to the TV Hall of Fame, so shit, it should be all rainbows and unicorns, right? And it's not. Like, if you don't know how to love yourself from the inside out, all that stuff isn't going to help. Like, my wallet's not an antidepressant. And does it make me pay my bills better? Yeah. Is my life on the surface fantastic? Yes. Between my ears, does it suck? It fucking sucks. So this chapter where I open up about the gray was a conversation that I had with Sean McVeigh. Actually, on that Cabo trip with the whole Stafford and McVeigh thing, we had dinner with me and not Stafford yet, me and Whitworth and McVeigh, and Sean is like, I don't get it. So he allowed me to write the entire conversation of this is what it's like. I'm like, Sean, think of how much better a coach you'll be if you can understand the gray. Like, you two fuckers had to be crazy to do what you guys did, right? For all those years. Like, we're fucked up going in. It suddenly doesn't just leave, right? So Sean, if you could understand these guys of why AJ would run down and fucking hit, I don't know who, Larry Allen's the world over, like, you're fucking off, dude, right? Right? And Pat, you got fucking 11 dudes running at you to try and just smear you. You're fucked up. If you could understand that, the darkness that gets us to do these things, think of how much better a coach you'll be. And man, we go so deep. And there's a line in there too by Sean Payton, who I've opened up to a lot about this. This is somebody I've known since '99. And Sean Payton had a line in there, and I'll give it away in here because there's a lot of great lines. But his line was, like, he gets it. He said, hurt people hurt people.
Oh, that's very interesting. That's a deep line there from Sean Payton. So did you do sit-down interviews with them, record it and write it? Did they write stuff for you? How did that whole thing come about?
No, it's just from all the times I've talked to them. And then I'm like, hey, can I use that? Can I use this? I'm like, yup. And, I wrote it up, and I was like, Sean, I just want to make sure we remembered it the same way. And he was like, wow, yeah, I'm good. And actually, you'll see at the end, there's a little payoff there. And Sean's thing was like, well, how many of my players do you think have it? I said, it's not the question you got to ask yourself. How many of your players, how many of your secretaries, how many of your scouts, how many of your assistant coaches? And Whitworth is sitting there, and he's like, Sean, what the fuck do you think, like, what do you think, like, gets me to go put a helmet on every day and go try and do this to Aaron Donald and practice every single day, or go against Joe Bosa? And kind of Sean looks at Whitworth like, you too? And he's like, of course, me too. Yeah, fuck yes, me too. And Whit's very open about his darkness also. But that's the whole thing. I don't want us to be victims anymore with our gray and our darkness. Right? My shit motivated me to do all these great things. And I'm just trying to motivate others also. We're not just victims, and we're able to do better things because of our gray.
Well, we appreciate that, Jay, for the betterment of society, you know. And I think my take on money is, because when I was young, all I wanted was money, money, money. What do you want to do? I don't know. What makes me fucking money? That's what I want to do. I want to go, I want money, I want money, I want money. Then you get money and you experience freedom. You know, you experience some freedoms of worry, of certain bills in life and being able to go shop and do that whole thing. But it doesn't bring fulfillment. And it feels like the blue days that you're referring to are whenever you feel actual fulfillment from other people saying, you helped me, you saved me. So I'm happy you're in this journey for yourself, but also for everybody else. I don't know. Are you reading the book for the,
Yeah.
You're going to be the voice of the book?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I'm going to sit down and read that whole thing, but if Jay Glazer is telling me his entire story, do you do impressions of McVeigh at that dinner?
I try to do a couple of impressions, but yeah, it's classic, dude. And I write the way I talk. So there's definitely a Jersey-rated book, if you will. And
that's great.
But again, like part of my thing is the gray hates laughter. So I got to make you laugh in order for me to do this. And I'll tell you this too. When I wrote the book, I wrote it in February. I stopped taking all my treatments for my depression and anxiety. Like later today, I'm going to go get an IV. I try anything and everything I can because mine is bad, and I'm antidepressant and anti-anxiety resistant. So there's a lot of us who are resistant to those medications, like they just haven't worked. And I've used over 30 of them since I was a little kid on, and they just haven't worked. So I'll try whatever I can. And therapy and everything, during that time, I specifically stopped doing all treatment because I wanted myself to be as deep in the gray as I could so I could really write it for others in the moment.
Yeah.
And it's taken me all this time to try to get myself back out of it. And I'm not there yet. And, I'm a flawed, fucked up individual, and I'm trying to get back. But I did that for everybody else. Like, man, I just stopped all treatment just so I could really sit in the suck.
Yeah. Well, I want to let you know, we appreciate it. I can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to read it. Can't wait to hear the reaction to it. And every day, whenever you post about your daily life, it's something that makes me learn more and more about something that I maybe and many others didn't understand for a long, long time. So we appreciate it. Last question here from me about, everything going on in your world. Dwayne Johnson followed me on Twitter. How long is that going to last? Not long. He's going to get the fuck out of there pretty soon, you think? You think that's going to happen?
I got no idea, but
okay, cool.
He really listen. We talk about teams, right? And Dwayne literally like, hey, dude. He doesn't write the forward to any books. He did mine, and he's like, you are going to be this voice through the gray, and I'm fully behind you. And you guys know me. You've been around me. I'm a loyalty guy. I think about what can I do for my peeps and my friends, and I hope that 10% do it back. And Dwayne's the same way. Dwayne's like, I haven't had to ask for anything. Dwayne's like, I got your back on this. I'm doing this. And like, it's amazing. Like the biggest, star in the world is like, man, we're gonna do this together. We're gonna live because he understands how important it is, and because he's always trying to save others, because he's trying to empower. And you talked about before money. I don't know about you, Pat, but I was actually a lot happier before I had money because I didn't have to worry about losing shit.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
And now you got this side again. I'm a lose it all. And people think, oh, you make it, it's great. No, like, man, it's better if loved and lost and never, fuck that. Like, I am horrified. So your anxiety for people like us, and I've talked to a lot of successful people, the same thing. And I call that this fucking monster that we have to release and just let him go and just be comfortable and secure. Like, hey, we made it, we're good. But that monster is always telling us we're not worthy of this.
Oh,
so,
yeah, well.
Right?
I do have that guy. Yeah, that guy's telling me that a lot. And I guess that is something I am learning about now, because I got people after we did the deal or whatever, and it's not me, but my name is attached to it. Obviously, it's the entire team. And like, hey, nobody deserves anything like this except for you. And I'm like, but nobody deserves this, actually. What I just signed for, I don't think. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You do.
No.
You do deserve it. You got to figure that. You got to fight. You got to put that. You got to let that fucking monster go, man. You do deserve it. You worked your ass off. You outworked the world. That's why you deserve it. Anybody out there?
Not Boomer. Not Boomer Esiason. Not Boomer Esiason. I don't know how hard he's working, but Boomer Esiason's the hardest working guy on earth, Jay. I appreciate you for putting me up in the pantheon, maybe, of the sports.
I don't know where that's going, but.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Jay. And you've always been so good to us. So we appreciate the hell out of you. Good luck on the book. Connor has a question for you here before we go.
Yeah, Jay, you mentioned having a team. Since Lane Johnson has come out, and you mentioned Mercedes Lewis, who reached out, and Andrew Whitworth, who kind of jumped in and agreed with you. Have you seen a lot of current players kind of form a team around Lane Johnson?
Yes. Oh, my God. When we did that sit down on Fox, he had just guys he goes against. The Micah Parsons and Khalil Max, and I can say it because they posted on his page, like the number of people who reached out to him and the number of people that we got together, like, wow, two doodly dudes like that could be that vulnerable. Like, no one's going to question our manhood. And that's the other thing. Like, no one's questioned my manhood. So I could do that. I could put it all out there and not have to worry about anything. So, yeah, that was, and I told Lane too, when you do this, man, you're going to feel of service so much, and that's going to help you through your gray. It's really going to help you, and it did. It lifted him up. There were so many people that reached out to him, and there's a lot of coaches and GMs who reach out to me. Like I said, like my conversation with McVeigh, it's not unique. Like a lot of guys, and here's the thing, like when I train football players and fighters, I teach them the opposite of what I want them to do in the world, and this is how you guys are ingrained. Don't show it. Don't show pain, right? Don't show you're tired. Don't show you're hurt. And here I am saying, well, in the real world, I want us to show it all and communicate it. And so it kind of goes opposite of what it's supposed to be.
Well, that's an interesting life. Everybody's life, especially yours. We can't wait to read the book. Wiz Khalifa drop any bars in there? You know what I mean?
He got it. Wiz is in there. Wiz is my teammate. Absolutely.
Hey, if you get your hands on any of that Khalifa Kush, I'm not saying send it to Indiana.
Hey, let me tell you something, bro. I tried that shit one time. We were up in Napa. I took him wine tasting in Napa. And he's like, come on, man. I do everything you ask in the gym. I'm like, Wiz, I suck at weed. I'm not doing it. He's like, come on. I suck at weed. Like, if there's anybody who needs to be good at weed, it's me. And I suck at it. So he's like, come on, just take one. I'm like, fuck. So, and we tasted wine all day. We had like a little party bus. So I did one hit of his Khalifa Kush. And we went back to the hotel. And I get off the little party bus. And we have dinner at like, I don't know, 8 o'clock at 6:30, and I'm walking sideways as fast as I can to my room. And they're like, where's Glazer going? Why is he walking like this? And I'm walking like that because in my mind, the world was about to fall over on me, and I had to get to my room and hide under my covers to protect myself from the earth from falling over on me.
Put your foot down. That's what they always say whenever when you're twisted. Put your foot on the ground. It's like, I don't know if it's helping. I don't know if it's helping the ground. Hey, is this the ground or not?
No, wait. And then they convinced me one other time, just do this easy one for training. Like a lot of Brazilians, man, they train, they do weed, they train, and all these other people, Wiz and Snoop and them, they'll smoke, and man, you can't stop them. Their gas tank's incredible. They're like, it's because of this. Try it. So I did a little thing. And sitting there, I'm over there, I'm hitting the bag. Wow, I feel great. Oh, yeah, this is great. And then I kind of look over, I'm like, there's only 6 seconds gone? Like, what the hell? Like,
yeah.
I thought it was 5 minutes in already.
Well, please tell Mr. Khalifa, as a fellow Pittsburgh group here, congrats on all the success, and we can't wait to try the KK. We can't wait to try and read the Unbreakable book. You're the best, dude. Thanks for your time today. I know you're very busy.
Can get it. You can get it. It launches Tuesday the 25th, but right now you can go online at hc.com, which is for HarperCollins, hc.com/unbreakable, or you can go to, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, anywhere you normally buy books.
Well, congrats on the book release. Excited to see you become a New York Times bestseller and add that to the epitaph of one of the most hilarious and incredible lives of all time. You're changing lives. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Glazer. Thank you, Jay. So I'd heard of that Khalifa Kush, Smoking on That KK was on an album years ago. And we were out in California, and who's his guy? Will, yeah. Will, who he was, I think, Wiz's tour manager, and then he became like the president of Taylor Gang and this whole thing. Damn. He's a Pittsburgh guy. I think he went to Penn State. he's lived a hilarious life. I would like a book from him. He is awesome. And I like sent him a DM at like 3 a.m. I was like, hey man, is there any Khalifa Kush out here? Got no response. I was just trying. I tried my best though. I was trying my best. That's hitting the market. How about that book, AJ? You gonna buy that thing?
No, I'm going to listen. Yeah, I'll buy the audiobook. I want to listen to it, especially if Jay is the guy doing the reading.
Well, what if he's doing like impressions of McVeigh? McVeigh was like,
yeah, awesome. You would think he would, right? If he's going to be speaking like, if you're going to be reading it in like something someone said, wouldn't you try to at least sound a little bit like him?
I mean, we don't want any misinformation on the program.
No.
That's a good point. That's why that conversation is going to be awesome. McVeigh remembers every play from high school, so that conversation is probably verbatim what they had talked about at that table.
What if he actually gets like McVeigh and Sean Payton and Tomlin to do the voiceover in the book?
That'd be incredible.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be
sweet. The battery
a
pack
lot
on my
of
hearing
logistics,
came
though.
down. And he was in the middle of like a very important sentence, and it just completely stopped. And I was like, "Oh my god, I got to take this off." And I could overhear a little bit from the speaker thing over here, but boy, I thought that was going to get uncomfortable there. I was like, "Hey, all right, thanks, James, for spilling it."
Appreciate it.
I couldn't hear anything. We got to get to a break. We'll be back on the other side. AJ, there's a lot to talk about in the. Thanks to Jay Glazer joining us, by the way. Hope the book has massive success. Hope it changes lives. It's been a very interesting following Jay Glazer the last few weeks. It really has been. There's been some moments and some other moments. How about him saying I got off all my medicine in February to write? That's.
I want to know what kind of IV he was going to get today too.
Yeah, and I guess we should have asked, but then I always feel like, oh, that's too much information.
It's probably like NAD. There's all the different, like, he's out in LA too. There's, they have all that stuff.
No, I think he moved. He's not in LA, right?
He's in Arizona, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he is that sick.
That backyard.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
He's a
not
sick
like
guy.
Marky Marks.
Well, I wonder what the drip is. What is the drip?
Probably a little booster.
Mountain Dew and something else.
You can get an IV?
Yeah, you can. It's like a bunch of vitamins and stuff. Like a lot of people take like
B12.
B12 vitamins in the morning for energy.
Hey, those B12 shots really got people going back in the day. Got the boys buzzing.
Oh yeah,
a little shot.
That's big business now, man. Haven't you looked around Indy? Like, there's a lot of different like IV places set up.
Yeah, there is an There is an IV bar in Indy where you can go like if you're hungover and just get a drip and you'll be fine.
Those started in Vegas, right? Vegas always had those. It was always like, oh, get an IV. I'm like, who the fuck is going to get an IV? And then I tried it one time. Yeah, I tried it one time. It was like
unbelievable.
Oh, everybody. Yeah. Everybody. I hate needles. I hate like the entire process. I had to do the full look away. And while it's in me, I feel uncomfortable with it. Like I don't like the whole thing. But I'll tell you what, 20, 30 minutes afterwards, it is Popeye on some spinach.
Here we go.
It is that much. We're back.
Yeah.
There's people who have like nurse friends, that they set up IVs in people's living rooms now.
Exactly.
Like,
on the road.
Here you go. Let's go ahead and get you.
Oh yeah, those places now though, like some of those places in the store, they make all their money doing Botox and shooting stuff in people's lips and all that stuff as well.
How much of that have you got? How much of that have you got?
Nothing.
Yeah, you have.
No, I don't rule anything out.
That forehead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like there are a couple injections every other week.
Do you just not make any facial expressions? I mean, I'd move my eyebrows.
You know what's funny? My wife tells me all the time, you need to get Botox in your forehead. She tells me that weekly, probably.
I couldn't even imagine what she thinks of the fucking map I got on my forehead.
I said that. What do you mean? I'm sorry that I smile a lot and I'm happy if I have like happy lines in my face and head.
You don't smile.
But you don't move your eyebrows either.
Yeah.
It appears as if you do not move your eyebrows at all. Your forehead is what everybody's dreaming of when they go into these places you're speaking of, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not the case.
Yeah.
Hey. Does it hurt when they do it?
I would imagine it would hurt, honestly. I would tell you. Absolutely.
Got it.
There you go.
I would tell you if I got it, but I honestly have never had it.
By the way, no judgment from me. You do whatever you got to do. Hey, whatever the fuck makes you happy, do what you got to do.
I know people have shot Botox into their armpits because it stops them from sweating.
That is real.
Everybody says that I don't grow hair in my armpits or I shave my armpits. It's just light hair.
Yeah, I got the same. Not that much hair under my armpits for some reason.
No, like, whenever we were growing up and people were starting getting hair in their armpits, and that was like a sign of like, oh, my shit was just, I'm like, come on, dude.
Hurry up.
What are we doing? I'm fucking beating everybody in sports. But they're holding this over my head. Why is this? What the hell is the deal, dude? All right, we're back in 4 minutes with some phone calls. 1-833-4-McAfee on the 5-hour energy phone line. Can't wait to hear what people are thinking. AJ, have you heard about Akshay Bhatia, our new favorite golfer?
I know nothing of this person.
Oh, AJ,
wait, is this the vape? You're not talking about the vape guy, are you?
He probably vapes, if I had to guess. I'm not 100% sure. He seems like one of the coolest dudes of all time. Graduated high school in 2.5, 3 years. His words, not ours. At 17, became a pro golfer. He is now 19, just won the first event of the Korn Ferry Tour this year with his girlfriend on the bag. And she's his girlfriend because in a tournament in Texas, he sent a DM saying, hey, you want to come carry my bag in this tournament? Yeah. She knew nothing about golf. He's out there just balling. This dude is the coolest.
Do we have him on the show sometime soon? This guy looks amazing.
I mean, we put him over pretty strong there early, and if he hears it, hopefully we'll get a chance to chat with him.
Yeah.
We did say, though, and we'll pause this because, AJ, you're an adult, and I don't want to get any heat for this, okay?
Uh-oh.
And I don't know if I can hear anybody in the back's sound anyways.
Okay.
So I don't know what you guys are going to say to add into this or take detracted. I love love.
Mm-hmm.
I love love. I hope Akshay and his girlfriend end up getting married.
Yeah.
It'll be an incredible love story. I just think personally, and this is my dumbass brain thinking, Akshay need not have his girlfriend on the bag or he needs, all right, just because he might fuck up. Like he might say something at home, at night, traveling, could be anything. You never know just how relationships, anybody that's ever been in one in real life understands this. That needs to be an escape because Akshay can become the greatest of all time, it looks like. This dude's been a pro since he was 17. I love the story. I love love. I love everything about it. I hope they're together forever, but also let's potentially look ahead for any icebergs that are in the water, and this guy's just gotten into our lives and I'm already giving him advice. So I'm the worst human of all time. But that was one of my first, this dude has a chance. That needs to be an escape, I think, from everything. But I still
probably
love
in 19, he met her he sent a DM out too. I know Patrick Reed, if you remember him, he had his wife on the bag for a long time.
Really?
Small, tiny little girl.
And then hold on,
the bag looked like
somebody
it was
that
taller
came
than
back
her.
was an incredible golfer. Their wife was on the bag.
Lee Westwood. Lee Westwood's new wife is on his bag.
Yeah, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm
I think
completely wrong.
Duffner had his wife on the bag, right?
No, you're not wrong. What happens if he says, "Give me the 56," and she says, "I think this is a 60-degree territory."
That happens with every caddy. Why are you just judging this situation?
Well, because they're dating. Maybe she walks off and says, "You know what? He's not listening to me. I'm fucking done doing this." Has to carry his own bag for the rest of the tournament. That wouldn't go over well.
Akshay would still win, I think, if he had to carry his own bag. But we're just saying it's an incredible story. They found love in a interesting place.
Mm-hmm.
We're very happy for them. But also, let's look out for the future here.
Let's take it to the next step, Akshay.
Get to Augusta.
I mean, do you think she's going to want to continue carrying the bag on the Korn Ferry Tour for
I think
7
Akshay
rounds a
might
week?
win every single tournament he's in.
Yeah.
I think this guy, so I don't know what
She's got a Callaway hat. She knows about golf.
It's just the opposite color of his.
She's actually said, I know nothing about golf.
Yeah, I know.
Which is even more awesome.
Yeah.
This guy needs somebody that doesn't even know golf on the bag. Get Connor out there.
I'll carry your bags,
Couple
dude.
lefties.
That's very nice of you,
Yes,
dude.
I'm a lefty. You understand?
Connor,
me,
welcome to the Korn Ferry Tour.
Exactly.
dude.
Let's go. Where's my card? Sign me up.
Guy might never lose a tournament. There were some of his shots they were showing.
He's only 19 years old.
Yeah.
19 years old, been a pro for 2 years already. I graduated high school 2-3 years, got my diploma, didn't go to college, turned pro instead, and I'm fucking better than everybody, basically. He's like, from the video, you can't really tell, obviously, everybody else's size. He looks to be like just this incredibly tall, lanky lefty who has this incredibly smooth, it is a beautiful swing. He's a stud. Guy's a stud.
Look how he's leaning on that bag, too. Like, he knows he's a stud.
He's a pro.
Play the video of him winning the tourney. This was posted on Korn Ferry Tour. Whenever you talk about a guy knowing he's a stud, listen to this.
What's up, guys? Akshay Vati here. Your
Didn't know the
Bahamas
tournament.
Great Exuma Classic winner. Thank you for everyone to support me. Thanks, Presley, for carrying the bag for a lot of holes. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
They're in love. I love it. I love love. Unbelievable. I love love. I love that he didn't know what the tournament was either. Hey, shout out to the Bahamas Great Resort Rental Tire Care and Auto Center Bowl thing. It was awesome. What a guy. I'm very happy he exists in the world that we're alive in. Hopefully the future is very bright. Charlie Wood's going to be coming around, though. He's coming around the mountain. And when he comes, that's a red shirt on Sunday.
John Daly Jr., too. John Daly as well.
Yeah, Little John, also an absolute sniper with the irons.
The next generation of golf looks to have Akshay at the head of it, but there's going to be some boys humming behind him.
That's right.
And Akshay's a Callaway guy, just like me.
Well, just like you, okay.
Hey, I'm
Callaway.
Team Callaway.
Yeah, Callaway player.
Like a Mickelson guy, too.
Callaway just sends me clubs, dude. They're like, hey, we would like you to be a part of our team. Dustin Johnson, Akshay, you.
What'd he say?
I'm like,
Hey, congrats, man.
Deal.
well, I'll tell you what, I'm pretty good with the wedge.
Yeah, very good.
Pretty good
You're a
with the wedge.
Callaway athlete, just like Kevin Hart signed a Nike deal. Like you're a Callaway athlete, right?
I mean, Heartbeat Productions was a part of something amazing where he was inspiring people to run marathons. And
Still
Nike-
is, yes, still is.
I don't know if he's still running marathons. I do remember that run Kevin Hart was going on where he was running every day and he had the entire like Forrest Gump situation happening where he was meeting up with people and they were all running with him. That was why Nike got involved. And Kevin Hart, hell of a long distance runner. That guy was running. I mean, he was running. He was working out with Just Train, his trainer, absolute stud. I mean, they're
that
absolutely
guy's
going.
awesome. That guy's great.
So maybe it would be similar to that type of situation. Yeah, maybe it would be an entire movement, that changes the. Maybe that is exactly right, AJ. Thank you for that. That's very nice of you. Thank you.
Thank you, AJ.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
AJ. Thank you. Happy your service didn't dip out in the middle of that compliment because I'm gonna save that forever. Thank you, AJ.
You are welcome.
All right, let's get to a break. Seriously. Fucking sick of it. Music. We're back and forth. Phone calls on the 500 phone line. I'm going to put the ears back in.
Nice.
Okay.
So I can hear what's going on in the show. That'd probably be better for the show as a whole, but really the show stinks, so who cares? We're back and forth. See you then.
I'm going to give my weekly story when Pat comes on.
Yes, here we go. This is my bedtime story right now.
There's a couple refs that you just have it out for, or they have it out for you. And I'm like, before the game, I get the paper, I look, I see who the referees are. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get a penalty called against me for sure in this game. And so I'll just say it. It's Bill McCreary. Where
Wild Bill. We fucking hate that guy, dude.
No, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. I run into him actually in Pittsburgh all the time. So I'm playing in New Jersey, and Bill, there's like a whatever. The other team trips one of our guys, like a blatant call that's missed. I stand up on the bench. What you do just to be an asshole? I stand up on the bench, take my stick over the board, just boom, 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 boom. I mean, you can hear it through the arena, right? Just boom, boom, boom. Like, come on! It shows them up, right? Come on! And all of a sudden, I see Bill just look across. He goes, boom, and he's got like this heavy mustache, like this. His mustache, he's just eyeballing me across the way. And he looks at me, I'm standing up, I'm banging my stick, I'm like, fuck you, whatever. So then the play goes on, and I'm tying my skates. I'm on the bench, I'm going like this. I bend down, I'm tying my skates. So like the top of the boards is right here. My head's down, TV timeout. All of a sudden, I hear, shh, someone stops right here. And I look up, and Bill McCreary's like eyeball to eyeball with me. And he goes, are you showing me up? You want to fucking go? You want to go? And he goes like this. I swear to God, he goes like this. He backs away from me. Let me grab my mic. He backs away from me from the bench. And he goes like this. Come on. Come on. And I stand up and I go, Bill, are you challenging me to a fucking fight? I'm like, you asshole. You think I can't? If I fight you, I'll never play a game in this league again. He goes, let's go. Come on, let's go, tough guy. And I'm like, my mind is going like in circles. I'm like, do I fight this guy? Like, I'm not, what am I supposed to do? Like, I was like, and like he totally won. He totally won. He knew I couldn't do anything, and I'm just like, I just got by. I was like, you know what? I'm like, fuck you. And I sat down, and then it was like, I was like, he totally just dominated me right there. And then the next game we played, I was taking the opening face off of the game. He's dropping the puck. He's standing there before the puck drop. I look at him, he looks at me. I look at him, he looks at me. And then finally I go, hey, Bill. I go, Billy, let's bury the hatchet, man. I'm sorry. I got away from myself last game. I got away from myself last game. Like, this isn't, I don't treat referees like that. And he goes, no, I did too. I let the heat of the moment get the best of me. All right, man. Truce. All right, cool. Truce. Drops the puck by the end of the first period. We're fuck you.
This seems to be a thing with you.
I run into him all the time. He's a great dude, but that's how it is, man. He's got to fight his fights out there too to save face.
Oh, Rob.
Should I have fought him? Yeah. Probably not.
I mean, pretty good content. You fight a ref, but also like probably banned forever. I assume.
Yeah, probably.
First hour. We talk sports and rock. Yeah. With AJ Hawk. Yeah. This is not a mock. Yeah. Of a song that's rock. Yeah. Sports talk. Sports talk and rock with AJ Hawk. Yeah. Rock. Hell yeah. AJ Sports and talking on the rock. Yeah. The bone. Yeah. Go on home with AJ Hawk. It's rock. Yeah. Sports. Yeah. Talk. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on Thursday, January 20th, 2022. Here's a little country tune for all you. It's a Thursday, and we talked to Jay, and what did he say about an unbreakable book?
Yeehaw.
Are we reading that book? I feel like we have to read the book. That's one that I can't just
I'm gonna
fake.
read it.
Definitely listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely listen to it.
Just because when we run into them, you know, it's like
true. Well, not often do the actual authors do the audiobook version, so it will be cool.
So that's not a normal thing.
I don't think so.
Not typically.
A decent amount do it.
I'd say like celebrities oftentimes will probably do it. Like McConaughey did his.
Oh, that's probably awesome.
We're about 20 minutes. McConaughey, I mean, he did 7,000 interviews for that book.
Oh, yeah.
I assume if you just listen to all of them, that's the whole book.
Pretty much, yeah. And then some.
Is that how they did that entire thing? McConaughey, I don't think throughout the entire 9,000 interviews he did, anybody was like, too much McConaughey.
No.
McConaughey is always,
And he's doing that.
all right. We got Ngannou in Gone this weekend, and obviously we have the big-time flyweight title trilogy between Moreno and Figueiredo.
Let's go.
Dana White will join us in less than 20 minutes to chit-chat about one of the biggest fight cards in the history of UFC with the champion, by the way, heavyweight champ. There's a lot of controversy about the future of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Is he going to take that title and leave afterwards? Maybe. That's what is allegedly in the conversation. Can't wait to chat with Dana. Before we get to him, let's hit the 5-hour energy phone line. Let's go to Steven in Colorado. What's going on, Steven? Steven.
Hey, Pat. Hey, boys. How you doing?
Keep it moving.
Yes, sir. Hey, I just bought my WrestleMania tickets, but I wanted to talk about the road to WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble coming up. Want to see about who you think's going to win, who you got.
Is that why you're getting in shape?
What's your deal?
Whoa. WrestleMania is coming up. All of a sudden, you claim to be working out again.
No.
That's for Super Bowl.
It's for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Dude.
Hey, if we see a spray tan, we know. Let's tune in and watch this.
Well, to be clear, I think the spray tan days are behind me because the last spray tan I got, a fungus broke out on my entire body.
Yeah, true.
Like actually had to get
try a different place.
Well, I think I'm kind of scarred for life, you know, like last time I drank tequila, I ended up in jail. You know, so I'm not going to do that ever again. Last time I got a spray tan, had a fungus over my entire body. Probably not going to do that again. Same thing happened with chips and dip at the Fiesta Bowl. Had too many chips and dip, 3 a.m., 2 a.m. coming back. They had the Tostitos room where it's all the chips and dip you could imagine. I was in a state of mind alongside a lot of other my teammates where we're going to try everything and all things in here. If this thing is filled, we're not going to let it be, you know, left here.
Yeah.
I puked mightily that next day and night or whatever. I don't have chips and dips anymore. I love it. So I think the spray tan has been ruined forever. That's one of the things where if I make a decision, normally I stick with it. So that has nothing to do with any of this. We just don't want to be fat by Super Bowl. Every single time we look back to Super Bowls, I'm like 290, 275, and it's just like those are some of our biggest shows, and it's just a blob of human. So this year, we made an office concerted effort to say, hey, whenever the new year comes around, we're going to actually try to not be fat anymore. And I appreciate the fact that we're all in on this.
Yeah. Trying to wear basketball jerseys in LA.
That's right. Well, you are. I'm not going to put it in. Yeah. But anyways, Royal Rumble's next weekend. I don't believe I'm in it.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Or are you?
We're not sure.
What if I fucking came walking out? What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Boom, over the top right.
See you, Brock.
I'm not in. It should be exciting. That should be fun. Royal Rumble's insane. It's
the best.
Royal Rumble, there's just so much shit that happens. And it's not necessarily the action
in the ring that, I mean, towards the end it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just the pops and surprises of who's coming out. And they won't tell me any. I will have no idea who's coming out. They'll have like a list of who's in there, you know, but then there's always like 5, 6 very big surprises.
Those are the best.
And I assume my reactions are going to be big.
Top tier.
And I think WWE fans are going to hate it, but I'm going to have the time of my life in there. Holy shit! I can't wait to drop one of those on the cock. Peacock.
There's only one guy I want to see.
Tiger.
Let's go.
I mean, Michael Cole is the only one I want to see wrestle.
What if Michael Cole's in the fucking Royal Rumble?
In the singlet.
30th entry.
Comes sprinting out.
He's been getting in shape too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or he's wearing a tearaway suit and he just pops up, Pat, got to do it. Boom, and he's got the singlet on.
Take the reins, and it's him wearing. I think maybe he's just wearing wrestling trunks, and he goes out there and he's got the ear things on from his last match. He just walks out
Puts
there.
on rec specs too to protect the eyes. That'd be sweet.
What about friend of Road to WrestleMania? Gilbert. Imagine if he walked out.
Listen, I'm not sure if Gilbert's getting a call or not, but I'll tell you what, he'd get a big pop out of me.
Yeah.
It would get a big time pop out of me if Gilbert came out of there. Let's go to Joe in Scranton, Pennsylvania, a paper company, I believe.
That's right.
From there. What's going on, Joe?
Yep. Hey, how you doing, Pat?
Keep it moving, Joe.
I just, I don't want to drag it out, but there was a fellow that called a few weeks ago, Pat. His name was Jeff, and he was a disabled vet. And he mentioned how great the show is and how it gets along and it helps him and stuff like that. And I wanted to reiterate on that a little bit. I'm not a vet myself, unfortunately, but I have a rare genetic disease and I'm disabled, and I don't get out much. And I watch your show every day, and you guys were going on yesterday about how bad the show was, and it wasn't bad at all.
Oh,
no, it's great that it really helps that that you get to hear people just talk about everyday lives. You guys are joking around about anything, about Zito's and his non-beliefs of dinosaurs to whatever.
Hey, there's a lot of people buying into that, by the way, the whole theory.
You're true.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we appreciate the hell out of you, man. I honestly appreciate you allowing us to be a part of your day and lying right to our faces when you get a chance to chat about yesterday's show not stinking. But, Joe, we appreciate the hell out of you, man. Hopefully we'll get to meet someday. And, anytime you get sick of us, we understand. You can just go ahead and stop watching. But we're lucky to be a part of your day, Joe.
Well, thanks very much, Pat. I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem, Joe. Joe's a good guy.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Sure,
Joe.
feel good
Thank
Thursday.
you, Joe.
Makes you feel better about yesterday, too.
Nah, I mean, Joe needs to, be a little bit more forthcoming with his actual opinions on our show.
True.
Because I feel like us and Joe are friends at this point. Joe hangs out with us on a daily basis. We appreciate that. We don't need him lying to us.
No, you don't.
But there was a lot. We appreciate Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you to everybody who fucking
Thank you,
watched the
Joe.
show.
Thank
You
you.
are the best people on earth. Shout out Joe in Scranton. Zito with that dinosaur museum theory. I got a lot of tweets, an alarming amount of tweets last night. They were like, never really thought about that until Zito brought it to the forefront. I'd like to let everybody know we have zero factual evidence behind any of this.
I do have some facts.
What are those?
Go on.
The NASA line, that was a big one.
NASA is funded by.
Big museum.
Okay.
So NASA got shut down, though, didn't it?
Yeah. I caught on.
Oh, so the 3D
cover that
printer,
track,
the 3D printer of the fossils broke, so NASA could
Shit,
no
the
longer.
Zito guy's on us. Let's get out of here.
Do we have NASA back? Is NASA back, or is it just Elon Space Force and everything like
I
that?
believe NASA is back.
Yeah, NASA's back.
Because they stopped.
They got a website.
Yeah,
Are they sending shuttles up though, or are they using Elon and everyone else for their shuttles?
I think they're utilizing independent contractors like Elon, and then there was. I think that we were employing there for a while before Elon. The Russians, we were using their space shuttles to go up, even though publicly that wouldn't make sense.
No.
If we were still in a Cold War.
Yeah.
Which we're not.
And it was like 30 million, 50 million to get one of those seats for one of our astronauts, but Elon got the contract to use the rockets to send our astronauts up there, I believe.
Up to their space station.
Yes.
They got a launch coming February 19th.
International space stations for everybody, isn't it?
Who, Elon? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they had to buy maybe they bought the franchise rights and turned that thing to international. But where are they flying to? They're going to the space station?
They're delivering supplies and stuff to the space station.
And is that Elon's rocket going?
It says NASA's Northrop Grumman CRS-17 mission to space station. So it says NASA.
Cristiano
Ronaldo is at Manchester United.
CRS-17.
Oh, CR7. Okay. Let's go to Gil in Los Angeles. What's going on, Gil, before this hour ends? Can't wait for it. Dana White will be on the other side.
We got to the bottom of that.
What's going on? NASA still
What's up,
exists.
boys? What's up, boys?
Hey, what's going on? NASA still exists. We did get to the bottom. We don't know about Big Museum. I mean, Zito has his theory. We're certain. I'm pretty sure that Stan is a real thing and it's not big fake. So. But anyways, Gil, what's going on in LA, pal?
What up, guys? What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
I just want to say that I fucking love the show, man. I fucking love it, man. It gets me through my work shift all day, man, all day.
Hey, how's the traffic in LA? What do you do for a living out there?
Construction worker. Shit.
Cigs.
Traffic is pretty bad, man. It's bad.
You smoke cigs, Gil?
Nah.
Boy, Gil! That's what I'm talking about, Gil.
Hey, I gotta stay clean for work, bro.
You can't even smoke.
Jesus Christ!
Hey, this construction company is.
This guy must be high up the ladder.
Shout out to Gil, dude.
Cigs?
Yeah, I'm not talking about marijuana cigarettes.
No, I know. He thinks that because he said go stay clean for work.
Anyways, hour 3 is on the other side, thank God. Dana White will be joining us. Big time fight card. What's the business look like for UFC in the future? We shall ask. We're back in 6. We'll see you then. Nailed it. I mean, fucking. You hear me, AJ?
Clean cut.
I never know if we're actually really going to a break or not, if you're actually taking off, though.
Well, that's the thing. Like, sometimes if I hit it, I mean, when I square, Tom talked about this on Let's Go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's always striving for that perfect pass.
That's right. Yeah, everybody heard that.
He said when everybody knows that feeling whenever you hit a 7-iron clean, you know, anybody that's ever golfed knows that feeling. You're chasing that feeling or whatever. When I hit one right on the screws, when it is just a natural boom right into it.
Don't say it. Do not say those are the shots that keep you coming back. Please do not.
It's like golf. That's why I continue to do it.
That's right.
That's why I continue to do it, AJ. All right, we're back in about 5 minutes with Dana White and hopefully better conversation. There is a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, whenever you talk about the fucking divisional round coming up, and then you hear the 29.7 million people watched the Chiefs beat the dog shit out of the Steelers last Sunday night, you have to think to yourself, wow, how many eyes are going to be on the 4 games this weekend? Oh my God, all the superstars are out. Aaron Rodgers and the boys are hosting a primetime game on Saturday night, and then Josh Allen and the Bills take on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. These numbers are going to be large. The NFL is going to continue to grow, and we're lucky to cover it. We'll see you in about 5 minutes with more of that. You are the best. Cheers. What's going on? He's taking shit. You guys going out there? No. Get here.
I'm Javier.
Justin, Terry, Justin, Javier. Appreciate you. What's up, man? I'm Pat. Nice to meet you, man. We need to get you some dope. Say it again? Need to get you some weed, man. That's just Hold on, let me get one of these real quick with the whole squad in there. What's your guys' name? A crew or a group?
Yeah, we're a crew. We're called High Octane Entertainment. We've done the 2020 welcoming committee. We saw Alabama coming in off the plane, so we do big events. So yeah.
How big is the group?
We got about 20 guys, honestly. So we thought about bringing the whole crew out here. We're like, no, let's just bring out the heavy hitters, and then we'll see what happens. Hey, no, thank you, man. Thank you. Congratulations on everything.
We will see you again, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Water or anything?
Oh, no, we're good.
All right. Thank you, boys. That was awesome. my life consisted of yesterday after that game ended?
What's that?
Bunch of fucking clown emojis with mustaches burying me.
Oh, no.
I mean, burying. There's a bunch of them. I mean, it was nonstop, same emoji. Sorry, last one. Maybe, says Penny's thoughts. Just abs fire, Balky. There's another one. I'm here for this douche's meltdowns. A clown. Teal Tomahawk. And then Clown back and put respect on Jag's name when you talk about, because they're Colts kryptonite since the top 3 quarterback retired. AKA man, y'all motherfuckers got the first pick in the draft again. Ain't nobody putting respect on you. You're not putting respect on your teams. Have you got a clown as your fucking emoji? But this is what I actually kiss our teal asses. Good morning, Pat McAfee Show. Just a reminder, the Colts will not be in the playoffs. Matt Hole!
Come on, Matt.
This team has not been in the playoffs.
Come on.
And he is just right in sending this to me. This clown is right. Because what happened yesterday, after that game yesterday, and then it's not just.
My God.
By the way, it's not just clowns on the internet around Clown Town, Duval County.
Holy
okay,
shit.
this whole thing has kind of crept into our group text messages.
Absolutely.
So our group text messages this morning, as we're getting ready for the show, lots happening. You know, a lot of coaches were fired.
Yeah.
Flores, he won 8 of the last 9 games. See you later. Nagy, Zimmer, Fangio. I'm talking, there's a lot of big time news happening around the NFL that maybe we could talk about instead of the Colts thing, but no. Even in the group text, they just sent this over like 20 minutes ago. A perfect QBR, 100.
Okay.
Average QBR, 50.
Makes sense.
So it's not like grades. Average will be 70s,
Right.
70s or whatever. In the NFL quarterback QBR, 50 is the average. In a play-in game, okay, which I didn't know it was. I assumed they did.
Yeah, I would guess they did.
Maybe.
And last week, by the way, against the Raiders was as well, I guess.
Right.
I mean, and how's your family? What a fucking win. We will talk about that.
Yeah.
Because Staley's ended up on the side of a stat that isn't that great, but it'll be ignored because the greater stats say something different. Whatever. Stat that. That was actual. They're not like your bullshit.
Well, I still think mine are.
In a playing game against the worst team in football, number 1 pick again.
Yep.
Carson Wentz posted a QBR of 4.4. What are we doing?
Is that a real number?
I don't know where the 4.4 came from, to be honest, after watching. Yeah. I mean, I guess there was a completion or 2 out there, but what the fuck happened?
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show. Hour 3 on this glorious Thursday, January 20th, 2022. We'll begin immediately following this beat drop right there. To my left, you're right on screen, live from an attic in Ohio, AJ Hawk. Woo! The Toxic Table is here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. One half of the Hammer Down Cowboys. Tone Diggs is here. And the heater that the Hammer Down boys have been on is nothing short of miraculous. You're going to have a show today where you're going to talk about college basketball, NHL, and NFL, or what are we winning money off of today?
And we got Johnny Sheeran, who is head bookmaker of FanDuel Sports. He will be, telling us the ins and out of the divisional weekend.
Did he give us a win last weekend? Yes, Niners.
Niners, yes.
Yeah, he said, hey, the Niners are the one that scare me the most.
Wow.
He said he has no idea why anybody is betting on Dallas, is what he actually said. He's the head bookmaker for FanDuel. The amount of information he spills out of his gullet to the Hammer Down boys is teach tape almost on how we beat these folks.
Johnny Bookmaker's a good guy.
Before we get to our guest, I think there's a couple things we have to talk about and address. Dak Prescott has tweeted an apology to the NFL and the
NFL refs after what he said in his post-game press conference when he thought that shit was getting thrown at his teammates on the way off. He said, we work hard, we're trying to win, we are obviously disappointed just as much as everybody else, but they should not be, our fans should not be throwing shit at the players. What is that all about? Which is a great leadership role and thing to say out of Dak Prescott. Then a press member told him, actually, they were throwing at the refs. And he said, well, good on them.
Credit to them.
Fucking credit on them then. Then the NBA Refs Association, the same ones that had to have refs in the past that have been caught for actually cooking games while on the court, came out and said it was deplorable what Dak Prescott said and endorsed in throwing things at refs. We happen to agree with that take. You can't be endorsing people to make these refs' lives actually threatened or terrible. But Dak has come out and apologized since then, saying, hey, it was uncalled for, it's unfair, these refs' jobs are hard enough. This seems to be the right move from Dak. Maybe he'll get some calls in the future, but obviously the refs, not just in that game, need to get better. So I think there were some people that thought whenever he said good on him then or credit to them then, they were thinking, maybe Dak saying these refs stink is good, even though the Cowboys game was officiated properly. I mean, we're not saying that, but we've seen all season refs stink. He has apologized. Probably the right move, AJ. Right move.
Yeah, I'm not always in favor of people apologizing. Sometimes they do it because they think they have to. Here, Dak is probably right. He was, like you said, in the emotion of a game, he's standing up there, just lost, season over, it's so final. Yeah, and he just made a comment. Yeah, of course.
His last play of this season, in which they had such high hopes and expectations in the home playoff game, he got demoted by a ref.
Oh, yeah.
He actually got pushed by a ref. So at the moment, when he's immediately asked to speak after a game that's devastating like that, he got caught up in the moment. I thought he delivered the joke well, though.
Oh, yeah.
Got a pretty good pop out of some people in there.
Good. The timing was, spot on timing.
It was good delivery, too. Maybe learn a little bit about that. But, I would assume everybody doesn't want quarterbacks in the NFL to be promoting violence against the refs, even though the refs
Absolutely not.
Do stink.
Yeah. Sometimes. Not all.
Not all the time. Most of the time.
Most, yeah.
No. There's some
Usually.
good ones. There's some good officiating out there.
Yeah, but they're all retired, Pat.
Oh, yeah, they're in the TV networks now.
Yes.
And they're telling everybody what's wrong or what's right, and they're going to bat for people that aren't. And then the people that are in charge of all of them are the worst refs from the field.
I mean, even the replay assist is getting shit wrong. That's when you know it's bad.
Dude, how about the replay assist on the field correcting a call, that they thought was correct, even though I think everybody watching was like, that's not a catch. And then replay assist like, no, that is a catch. And then Sean McVay's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Challenge the challenge.
Yeah.
And it's like, what a joke. We go to another commercial break. We got Dwayne Johnson sitting here on TV.
Yeah.
Let's go to another break. And then they overturn the replay assist. It's like at some point, there has to be an adult in the room and acknowledge that, hey, we have some flaws. We have some capabilities with the technology. Why don't we make some advancements for the good of everybody?
Please.
AJ.
Okay, so behind the scenes, I would imagine they have to be grinding away, trying to find a way how we can do this because the refs are too much. They're part of the story too much. Like the storyline is the refs. Just watch this show.
I don't think so. I mean, this show, nobody watches this show. And I've seen some ratings from other shows.
Yeah, a lot of people watching those shows.
Big time. On other shows. But nobody watches this show. But I don't think they think that they have a problem. I think there's actual arrogance.
They have to know there's a PR. They have to know, hey, this is not a good look for the NFL for that the refs are consistently, affecting games.
So
they really are.
So who would have to put that entire thing together? It would have to be Walt Anderson. So Walt Anderson would have to put the pitch.
He runs them all. So he runs the ref crew, right?
Yeah, so he runs the ref crew. So he would have to report right to the NFL, right? Because the NFL here, and then you have all the individual departments, and then they present whatever needs to be fixed, or we need money for this, or we need to do this, and then they have to okay it, right? I just assume that is how standard corporation bureaucracy works, right?
Yeah, should be.
Walt Anderson, I don't think he thinks there's any problems at all.
No.
I think he thinks these people watching have no idea how hard it is and everything. Like I honestly believe that.
I hope that's not the case.
I think you're wrong. Remember.
I could be wrong. I guess I.
Remember, Correnti's like, hey, this is about me. You know what I mean? Like there is some sort of, I don't want to say God complex that some of these refs have, but it does feel as if that is the case. We have to pivot now because it's time! By way of Las Vegas in an office that is fucking beautiful. Weighing in what looks to be an incredibly shredded 250 pounds, bench pressing 450. Fuck it, Friday meals are delicious. President of the UFC,
Dana
White. Hey, what up? What's up, bro? How are you, man?
What's up, boys? Good morning.
Hey, thank you for joining us. How are you? Biggest fight card maybe in the history of UFC, just days away, UFC 270. Congratulations. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Thank you. Good. Everything's good. I'm down here in Southern California now, and I'm excited for the fight, man.
Yeah, so you're in Anaheim, California, and I was reading up on some of the stats. This is the biggest gate that the Honda Center has ever seen, 5 million plus, the biggest fight card. I mean, it's about to be an epic weekend on ESPN Plus for UFC. What are these final days? What are you doing right now? Just making sure everybody weighs in right, getting the security filed perfectly, make sure nobody's stealing the streams. Like, what is the final day prep here, or is the hay in the barn, as they say?
Well, we got an announcement that we're announcing later on today.
No, do it now! Do it now, Dana! Do it now! Hey, we can just do it now.
That I can't do. We have a press conference, and we're going on SportsCenter Live and all that good stuff. So I'm running around doing PR, last minute PR here, and that's it. Tomorrow's the weigh-ins, and then the fight.
Yeah. Dana, you guys have obviously an unbelievable stable of fighters in all weight classes, but how good is it to have a heavyweight champion like Francis Ngannou, obviously Cyril Gane, who he's fighting, another stud? Like, when the big dudes are out there knocking each other out, I feel like it has to be good for business.
Yeah, well, one of the things that's great right now is our heavyweight division is stacked. It's bigger and better than it's ever been. And going into a weekend like this, you absolutely positively have the two best heavyweights in the world. This one is actually champion versus champion. And the other thing that's fun about it is they're both, two of the best strikers in their own right. You got Francis Ngannou with 100% finish rate. He can knock you out with either hand. And then you got Cyril Gane, who is technically probably the best heavyweight of all time. So this isn't going to be like a knockout artist versus a jiu-jitsu guy. The jiu-jitsu guy's got to get him down. These guys are going to stand and they are going to bang, and that's what you want out of heavyweights.
Francis Ngannou is an underdog in this fight, which was wild for us to see on the sports book. I think it's like plus 125 for him to get a win, plus 145 to get a knockout. It's like, I don't know if that's enough juice to really predict a knockout, but what you just said is these guys are finishers. You're expecting this fight to be ended in a beautiful fashion as a fight maker. And it feels like there's a lot of...
anything is possible. You got Francis Ngannou, who has the power to end the fight at any moment, and you got Cyril Gane, who stays on the outside and throws unbelievable punches, elbows, kicks, and just picks people apart.
I can't wait to watch. There's a lot of drama. Is there now maybe perceived drama about Francis's future? And in the wrestling world, right, Bret Hart became champion and then he just kind of left with the belt was what was going to happen. Then there was an entire screw job. And then there's other situations where deals for business aren't settled for the future and they become champion and it becomes a big deal. Is this all promotion, leverage, you think? Or what is the future after this fight? Depending upon what happens, I guess that thing figures it out. But your business side of things gets talked about more than anybody else in history, I think.
Yeah, this happens sometimes going into these type of fights. And yes, there's tons of drama about his contract. Then you have all the bad blood between the camps because they both came out of the same camp. And the list goes on and on. Vince McMahon could not write a better script for this weekend. And it's all real, and it's all going to happen on Saturday. I don't know where we're going to end up with Francis. After the fight, he and I bumped into each other a couple weeks ago at dinner. Our tables were literally right next to each other at a restaurant. And, it was like the universe meant for us to get together and talk a couple weeks ago. We had a great conversation. We'll see how this thing plays out after Saturday.
Whenever you're doing those negotiations and conversations, and obviously you've talked to us before, like, we're in a combative sport. We're in a fighting. Everybody hates everybody, right? I got beef with this guy. I got beef with this guy. I got beef with this guy. This guy hates me. This guy does that. How do you maintain those negotiations business-wise to keep things good, but also to remain at the top? Because there's a bunch of other leagues coming out. There's a bunch of other fight leagues. Do you even acknowledge that they exist, or do you just know that if UFC puts on the best shows, it doesn't matter what anybody else does?
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to what anybody else is doing. I just pay attention to what I need to do. We run into these situations every once in a while. When you think about it, we have 750 fighters under contract. literally all the time for like the last 6 years. So, of course, you're going to run into, not everybody is going to agree, not everybody, and everybody wants more money. Everybody wants more money. It's human nature. You don't hear anybody going, yeah, these guys are paying me way too much. It just doesn't work that way. So we run a business. We've been running our business for 20 years. Lots of people have opinions on how we run our business, but like I tell them all, if you think you can do it better than me, go out and do it. There's guys out there, there's other leagues out there that are in this business too.
And I think this weekend's fight card is quite a stamp on like your dominance of UFC, and it's going to be a hell of a show. The place is going to be packed out. It's going to be massive. This flyweight title, though, Moreno versus Figueiredo, the trilogy here, with champ versus champ. What are these two fighters about? Are they going to fly around too? Or is it just going to be chaos this entire fight? Like when you sat in that Art of War room with your fight makers and you're making this decision, you just thought to yourself, you know what, UFC 270 is just going to be a fucking bloodbath. Is that the vision that you had for this? And should we be expecting that?
Yeah, well, you said it at the open of this interview. It's true. We're heading back into Southern California for the first time in like 2.5, 3 years. The record at the Honda Center was held by the Rolling Stones at $3.5 million. We're doing a $5 million gate there. We have number 1 and number 3 all time at the Honda Center. You want to come back in here with a great card. So we have a great main event. You couldn't have a better heavyweight fight. It's one of the best heavyweight fights ever in the history of the sport. And then the co-main event, Moreno has turned into a huge superstar, the first ever Mexican-born world champion in the UFC. Then you have Figueiredo, who, put this picture out days ago of the shape that he's already in. He is shred. I mean, find this picture of him on the internet of how ripped this dude is for this fight. And think about this. That's before he even started cutting weight. This guy, I have no idea what this guy's going to look like tomorrow when he steps on that scale. Which tells you he's taking this fight very serious. He's cut the weight the right way. He's in great shape and should be an amazing fight.
Dana, speaking of chaos that Pat mentioned with the perceived like animosity going into this fight between you and maybe fighters, which happens all the time, you seem to like lean into it. Do you tend to thrive in chaos? Do you sometimes maybe get bored if things are just going smoothly?
No, things going smoothly is actually nice. I like when things go smoothly, But chaos and nuttiness is this business. It's this business. It's what makes it so fun, makes it so exciting, Every day when you wake up, I mean, Pat was just saying it a minute ago, too, and it's so true. There is always drama in this sport. There's always something going on. Somebody's mad. Somebody's talking shit. Somebody's this. Somebody's that. But it all adds to the excitement leading into, like I said, this Saturday, McMahon couldn't write a better script for how this is laying out on Saturday,
Do you and Vince know each other?
Yes, we do.
Well, that makes a lot of fucking sense. It feels like that would be a relationship that would make a lot of sense. Do you think about the future of the UFC other than just the fights? Because I know you're tight with the Nelk boys and everything they got going on. They just made $23 million yesterday. Congrats to them.
I was there.
Hey, congrats.
I was there. I was at their headquarters yesterday when they had just wrapped that whole thing up. Brilliant. These kids are brilliant.
Yeah, Steve's
unbelievable.
Yeah, I love everything they're about. They're paving a way for a lot of people to try and emulate, but work ethic and talent, there's a lot that goes in there. But whenever you're thinking about the UFC, and I see them around, and I know whenever you had fights in Abu Dhabi, there was other influencers there. Are you building a network? Do you even focus on anything other than fighting, or how do you see the future of the UFC?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm involved in a lot of other things too, outside of the UFC. But when I connect with people that I really like, and I like the Nelk boys a lot. And, we've done a lot of stuff together. And, I'm at a point in my life where I work with people that I like to work with. And that's it. If I don't like you, then I want nothing to do with you.
Hey, respect.
Hey, speaking of money. Hey, speaking of big money. Yeah. Let's talk about your new deal. I just heard about this thing a couple days ago. Holy shit! Congratulations, man. That's incredible.
Thank you, Dana. I appreciate you. And you said earlier, nobody's saying like, hey, I don't want more money. Or I don't deserve the money I got paid, but somebody was going to get it, Dana. Somebody was going to get it. So we might as well be the ones. And we're obviously very thankful for people like you stopping by. We appreciate you.
Congrats. I mean, look at the business you've built, in a very short amount of time, my friend. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you. You too. We can't wait to watch on Saturday. We know you're very busy, so thank you for the time. Can't wait for the next time we get to chat.
Thank you. Later, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dana White. I would like his assistant going in there. Hey, do you want to stop by McAfee Show before this pay-per-view? Yeah, I enjoy doing that show. Oh, yeah, by the way, also, this happened.
Check it out.
This happened by the last time. Holy shit. Fucking Friday, this guy got going on. Dana's interesting, man. He's interesting because that whole I'm invested. I'm doing a lot of things that I enjoy outside the UFC as well. He's becoming like
philanthropist.
Man. Good for him. I'm pumped for him. Philanthropist. I assume he is and has been
for sure. A lot of business.
But yeah, I'm talking investor and everything like that.
He also said bye to the boys too, which I just got pretty pumped about. First time.
To you guys.
Yeah, he said, "See you, boys."
Oh yeah, because you guys all got rich too. He's probably happy for all.
I think he was talking to AJ.
Yeah, AJ. And
Shit.
Yeah.
But you talked about new money earlier.
Ton, you've had a couple misses today.
What are you talking about?
The Browns and last.
Oh yeah,
that wasn't me.
Wow, you had that full laugh.
I laughed.
No, actually, you corrected us.
Yeah, stat that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, dude. Hashtag stat that.
Stat that.
If I didn't have a few misses a day, would the show be the show?
Well, I have misses every day too. You're right. The show is the show. The only person that doesn't seem to miss is this guy. Did you see him on Good Morning Football this morning?
I kind of saw him.
Hey, real quick. Hey, before you guys even try to, Dana White, what does he have? Over $1 billion, and his thing was cutting out.
I will say we had to go to a backup phone because there was a problem with the first phone.
5G.
What have I been saying?
5G.
What have I been saying?
He's in a fucking
fuck is the
basement
problem?
somewhere. He's in between meetings. I mean, it's not like
compound. Dana's working. Okay, so he's doing his thing. You and Rupp just sitting in your cars in Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean, this is very vastly different. But I do like the fact that as he was cutting out and freezing, you were like, see, Dana White, Dana White. That's what you were getting like full satisfaction out of that, huh? Is that the case?
No, I was dialed in. I was listening to every word he said.
Rupp also reacted the same way AJ did and said that he almost left his phone in the snowbank in that parking lot where he was.
Yeah, you Ohio guys don't love being the reason why quality goes down.
Yeah.
Even though you wouldn't think that AJ and Rupper would be pissed about quality. That is like your pet peeve. I love it because you obviously try to take down our show every day with your internet. You went over to NFL Network as a sports analyst this morning, almost took down their show. It's really a beautiful thing. And I talked earlier about the interview I saw from years and years and years ago by you. And when I started watching this video, he was getting interviewed by Jay Will. You know, Jay Will from Duke, who we are all massive fans of. Absolutely
Love
fucking
Jay Will.
love Jay Will. He was getting interviewed. Was that on a Zoom call in front of a bunch of people? That seemed like it was before Zooms, though. You look like a young gentleman there.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like I went and saw like the Google New York headquarters, and I was walking around there looking at stuff when Google Glass came out. And then me and Jay Will did something, but then Jay Will was like just in the other room during that. We were together during that.
Okay, but whenever we mention about 8 names being released and
that's Google HQ getting a private tour.
What about it? What about it?
I was speaking to the Google people about anyways, I didn't know it was all of that. Of course, though.
Jeez.
Of course.
Good for you, dude.
Of course, you're at Google HQ like you're Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, dude. Pitching
That's a good move.
Did you see who?
It is a good. The internship is a good move.
Did you see who Dana had play at the UFC holiday party?
No.
And said rocked the fucking place. Dahn.
John Bon Jovi.
Kid Rock.
Oh, okay.
Just this past year?
All right, let's get to
Ain't nobody.
Let's get to a break. All right, we're back in 4 minutes. Jesus.
You sang that Sheryl Crow song. You probably sang that.
Picture? I put your picture away.
Yeah.
Let's go on.
I hope those were the lyrics he was singing because I saw some lyrics he said on a stage one time and not necessarily,
Well, he's got a few
Was that
songs.
Kid or was that Bob?
Well, Bob's been talking to Kid a lot about what Kid's been saying that's been affecting Bob.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, okay.
Sat down and cried today. See those lyrics on stage singing her. I think people are like, "Oh, that's a good song there."
Good guy.
And then he put a remix out of a song.
He freestyles sometimes?
I don't know if it was freestyle or a remix, but it was not great, and it was Kid Rock's. Anyways,
Wait, you're going to Nashville? Are you going to go to his bar?
I don't think he has a bar.
I thought you were going to
Yes,
Toby
he
Keith's
does.
bar.
There's no way he still has.
Yes, he does. From what you saw him on stage was his own place one time.
No, I'm gonna head by We got winners.
We got losers. Chain smokers and boozers.
That's probably where I'm sorry. I'm going to stop by winners, by the way.
Have to.
And then maybe I'll peek my head over at losers and
Losers
see
is
what
a good
AJ's
bar.
got going. What's that?
Losers is a good bar.
Yeah, they both are, I assume. But losers is where the more humble folks seem to drift into.
What about the chain smokers bar?
The chain smokers have a bar?
Not the chain smokers, like the chain smokers people.
Oh, those. Okay.
Yeah.
I think those are all of them at the top.
Oh yeah. I've never been to Nashville.
I will not be on Broadway at all. Just so everybody knows. I will not be stopped.
You're going to see Playoff Willie, though, right?
I am going to go on the bus, I believe, tomorrow.
That'll be awesome.
It worked out perfectly, actually, for logistics of everything. It's like the universe, you know what I mean?
Sweet.
You're not going to Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk rock and roll steakhouse?
I think so.
You should see if Playoff Willie can get you like a burger from Toby Keith's. I love this bar though.
Yes.
What about Miranda Lambert's bar? I've seen that bar.
I hate Miranda.
She was live. Well, yeah, because
Why?
of the Blake Shelton situation.
Yeah.
We don't.
got one, yeah.
I don't think anybody knows how that one officially went.
Wait,
down.
did she leave Blake or did Blake leave her?
Well, I don't think any of us know, and we will not come
Blake's
to.
got a bar right across the street from hers.
Yeah, and it crushes hers like a
Are you serious?
No, we don't know if that's true.
No.
Would Morgan Wallen have one?
Definitely not.
I think he's at that honky tonk with Kid Rock.
Yeah, that would probably.
He's the bouncer there.
What?
We're back in 4 minutes. A lot has happened here. Yeah. I'm not going to any of these bars. Just want to let everybody know.
Okay.
Good for you.
Probably the smart move.
But if I was, it'd be the Red Solo Cup.
I fill you up. Let's have a party.
Does that guy have a bar?
Oh yeah.
Toby Keith.
Toby
dude.
Keith. I love this
the
bar.
bar. It's a good one.
Right across the street from Tootsie's.
Not the Fort Lauderdale.
Not the
Tootsies.
Fort Lauderdale.
FGL might be my favorite though, so go there.
Florida Georgia Line?
Yeah.
They just got the Nickelback hooks playing through the entire thing, so you have to sing every single word of every single song that you ever hear.
I didn't hear one of their songs actually while I was in there.
What's that all about?
Good question.
Wow.
I'm sure Kenny Chesney has a bar there.
Oh,
Girl, you song make me roll my window down and cruise. You hear us getting all fucking country up in here, dude?
Hell yeah.
Good. You're
Nashville.
singing the hits.
It's not even
You're singing all the country
season.
hits.
Does Chesney have a bar?
Does Brad
Hey,
Paisley
you know what I
have a
wish?
bar?
You know what I wish I could do?
Chris Gaines doesn't get a
Crazy.
bar,
Oh,
then
nationwide.
Nashville will never be complete.
Well, I'd love to spit some beach nut and AJ's eyes and country boy
Can survive.
Country boy can survive. I've been caught in some bars in the sticks when that song came on. And I'll tell you what, you can't help it. Even if you don't have a dipper, and grab a bottle of Bud Light and just spit into it alongside everybody else. We're back in 4 minutes. That was a good 6-minute break there. A little killing time.
Does Chesney have a bar?
I don't think so.
Does not know.
Bet you he has one in like Florida.
Luke Bryan does.
Mexico, dude.
Ooh.
Luke Bryan?
Yeah,
Luke
Jason,
Bryan
Jason
does.
Aldean.
Luke Bryan.
Who the hell's Luke Bryan?
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan.
Yes. That's what he's saying.
I seen him shimmy on a
Dude, he's got
guitar.
the shimmy, dude.
Guy's got the hips.
He's tall, dude.
What do you mean? What's he do?
He backed it up on this guitar. I seen him at a concert. It
Yeah,
was-
he can dance.
I mean, he really got
He's
into
always
it.
shimmy.
He's always doing the shimmy with his boots, you know, and he's singing in there.
Oh, yeah.
Doing that whole thing. He's good.
Dirks has got one down there.
Dirk's he played for 9 hours on New Year's Eve.
That's right.
I think he maybe got a drinking problem.
I think.
What?
He was celebrating.
What? Yeah, it just takes one to know one. I do believe he sang the national anthem for the Nashville Predators in the middle of their playoff run.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he came fresh off of Broadway. I think Dirks has a good time.
That's dark.
Okay.
Think so.
There was no beer in the beer that he shotgunned. And he kind of said,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He gimmicked
He
that
was
one.
waiting for
Yeah,
that
it was a
kid to
gimmick. It
finish.
was a gimmick. It was a gimmick beer.
Put
But
that thing back.
I love the way Dirk Bentley kind of handled all of New Year's
He
Eve.
did. He had a good time.
He played for 9 hours straight on New Year's Eve in the middle
I
of
didn't see him.
Also has a bar.
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the
Drinks
biggest
900 beers a night. You got to have your own bar. I mean,
Dude, he was getting fucked
yeah,
up.
he's fucked up.
I love it.
It was great. It was
I
great.
love it. He might be the perfect New Year's Eve concert host.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the power to him, but someone get to him if you are friends with him.
Yeah, there is a chance he needs to slow it down. I think he's been playing
New
this
Year's Eve.
Jake Owen should have a bar.
no shoes on up
That
there.
dude can throw some back.
He oh yeah, we seen him.
Country stars can go.
They can.
They
Some of
better.
them, I think.
They're supposed to. Like that's
Yeah.
what the music is rooted in. That like, hey, I got a $10 million tax bill. I got to go on tour for 18 months to pay it off. Like that's what country music is.
I didn't know that's what country music was. I don't think
Willie Nelson. Willie had to do that.
He was
Well,
smoking
Willie
dope.
is legend. I don't know if that's everybody's story, but I think the country music thing is a big machine thing. Like you kind of get placed in there,
Yeah.
and then boom,
Get on the radio and boom.
you're
It's
gone.
supposed to be like an
Sing a song
outlaw.
about
Though.
beer.
Supposed to be outlaws.
Well, there's a couple outlaws out there, like that guy that he's got 2 guns tattooed on his back. I seen him do a backflip on the stage.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we won't
Jason
go
Brooks?
outside. We won't go outside. We won't take this
Garth?
outside. No. We'll be back on this.
Sam Hunt.
No, Sam Hunt takes. He's doing 15 and a 30, dude.
Yeah.
There was a fucking guy who did a.
Brantley Gilbert, is that his
Boom.
name?
Yeah. Wow. That's him.
Badass.
Wow. Dude, he wants to fight people, drink beers. Like, I honestly feel like his concerts probably start brawls. All of his songs are like, hey, let's fucking fight.
Okay.
I love it. Pat Anger introduced me to Brantley Gilbert. He was like, hey, this guy, he really gets me going. He's fucking, we can take his ass out if you fucking want to. That's what he said. And then I watched him do a show, and he did it. He literally did a backflip off the drum set and landed. I'm like, holy shit.
Someone get up here and fight me.
Hey,
I don't know.
Who's next? We've seen that this guy. Tim McGraw. That guy's a badass guy right now.
Yeah, he shredded up.
He was fucking booing me. He was the one that.
Right.
Oh, he did the.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who the fuck was that?
What's up, dude?
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Mox, by the way. John Moxley returned to television last night. Told the guy in the crowd to shut the fuck up and kick him out.
Yeah.
I love that. That's always good. There's just outlaws, and then there's, people that just kind of bring a lot of happiness.
That's right.
Need them both. Need everybody. We need the phone calls on the other side because this show stinks. See you in 4 minutes. Cheers.
I want to tell you a story. A story about a young man who once had a gambling problem, perhaps, before all these FanDuel sports books. The greatest app, the greatest place to gamble existed. There were bookies, there were illegal gambling rings. And one time, yes, I was a part of one. And I could not pay my bill, per se. I broke my legs. But now, because of FanDuel Sportsbook, they saved my life. That's why I will always gamble with the #1 sportsbook in America, FanDuel Sportsbook.
You have got to experience so many things, both as a businessman off the field and on the field. Is there a moment when I ask this question and pops your mind, like, what's the craziest shit you've ever seen in your entire life? Because there was a time there where it felt like you were just getting dropped into insane situations and the world was like watching you do things. Man vs. Wild, you and that Bear Grylls guy, fucking electric. That was maybe the most electric shit I've ever seen. Is there anything that you think of whenever you think, like, what's the most ridiculous thing you've been a part of?
Probably some of the most ridiculous shit I ever been a part of was, I had got the restaurant which I'm in right now, and when we first got it, I would come in here and I would clean up and go outside in the front, sweep up, make sure everything looked nice and shit. And one morning I got up here and I noticed, damn, this is a funky ass smell. And I looked, to the side of my front door, and it's a big ass pile of shit. And I'm talking about human shit.
Yeah,
and it's right on the side of the door. So I was like, somebody done came and popped the shit right in front of the door. Like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like, I can't be in here serving food. Motherfucker come walk in and they smell straight ass cheeks when they come in there. Like, I don't think that's the restaurant I need to eat in. So, man, I get the water hose and I'm hosing it down. And, I see, we got a couple, dolphins that usually walk back up in front. Hey, man, did you do this? Like, oh, no. So, one of them owned up to it. I said, man, check it out. So you don't do this no more. Look, you come by here, we get you a, we get you a broom and, you help us, we help you. You feel me? And we put together a little. I put a proposition together for him, and I ain't cleaning up shit no more.
It's a win-win. It's a win for everybody on that one. Hey, one of your former teammates. Yeah, hey, everybody wins. You're helping the people, man. That's awesome. That's why people love you. But hey,
one of them owned up to it. Just a line of questioning. The line of questioning.
His name was Willie. Willie owned up to. Matter of fact, he just left out. He's saying, sweeping up. He's like, "Hey, what's up? Oh boy, I've been looking for you." You feel me? Okay. Yeah, we bust down together up in the front of the restaurant to get it all cleaned up and everything.
Hey, you're helping people. Hey, Willie went from shitting outside to working inside. Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go, Willie. Let's go.
Give it up for my boy Willie, man.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on this glorious Thursday, January 20th, 2022.
Wow.
Here's some things we have to talk about. AJ Hawk is here. All the boys are here. Can't thank you enough for joining us. Just got off a convo with Dana White, who is in Anaheim, California, which is Southern California, the Honda Center. $5 million plus gate this weekend for a massive stacked fight card that you can only see on ESPN Plus.
Can't wait.
I wanted him to cut a promo on people that steal a stream and put it out on Reddit and stuff like that.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Yeah, and because I've never done that before, but there was a time where I potentially didn't have access to ESPN Plus on my phone or it wasn't working, and somebody sent me a link, and I was like, you guys shouldn't do that, but I knew that other people were doing that.
Yeah. You weren't the source.
No, and I
Gotta watch the fight.
I did see that fight from ESPN Plus, obviously, but I was like, oh, it's very readily available to see it somewhere else.
Yeah, he doesn't cut those promos anymore because last time he did.
They shut down the entire stream.
The guy knew who he was talking to.
You know, that platform thing, being able to handle the bandwidth of the amount of people that are downloading things and watching things and all of that, that's going to be interesting going forward, especially with this whole 5G thing whenever you're ruining NFL Network shows and stuff like that.
Terrible.
Yeah, it is. Is it this just going to give more and more power to the people that have power now? Because like we're going to be looking to them. Like if you want to you want to host you want to do something, like you need all these servers and stuff. Like that's why you see these buildings and giant warehouses going up everywhere.
Well, here in India, I think we got all of them.
Yeah. You took me through. Yeah, you drove me through some of that area.
Yeah, AJ. When AJ flew in, I picked him up, drove him downtown. We drove through Fox's neighborhood, which is just warehouses.
An Amazon neighborhood.
Everywhere. Yeah, it's and there's a Walmart one coming in. I think it's going to be bigger than all the
It
other
wasn't
ones.
like that when I bought the house. I just bought the house.
Yeah, it is changed. There's a lot of land out here that people are just buying and storing it. I don't know architectural engineering that well, but they're very big warehouses.
I will tell you though, it's pretty good because Amazon Prime, like next day delivery, the
For
more
us-
of those, yes,
for us is very
we
good.
get a lot of more of those. But
Yeah.
for the land stinks.
Because basically everything is right here.
Very quick. Yeah.
The people that have lived in these farm areas, though, that it took them maybe a minute and a half to get to the store, and now it takes them 75 minutes because they have to go through 14, 18-wheelers trying to stop and get in. I mean, that is a game changer, but hey, I guess that's the modern world.
That's right. You need to build some more roads. You need some infrastructure out there. You need some more roads to be able to handle all that traffic.
Well, they're trying to. They're only sending like a quarter of the crew, though, because they got to shut down our entire downtown area to do that.
Yeah, they every strip of highway right now is under construction.
Thank you, Hogset.
Well, we have.
Sorry,
we're not sure. We don't know if Hogset's going to make any of these decisions.
Until I find a new name, I'll say that name.
Well, it would be the governor.
Yeah. Thank you,
Don't know his
government.
name.
You say that.
Thank you, Governor.
Thank you, State House.
Thank you.
Who is your governor?
Gubernatorial debates taught us that the governor is Holcomb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holcomb. But Rainwater was coming in.
Yeah, Bobby Rainwater was hot on his heels.
He was coming in as an independent, and he was pushed in the weeds. So we were paying attention closely to the Rainwater. And every time he got into a gubernatorial debate, we were watching every word that was coming out of his mouth. He had a couple of slips, and everything like that. And he didn't push back as much because they were in different rooms because of COVID. But the Governor Holcomb, in which he might be in charge of all this construction. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, hopefully in like 10, 15 years, it all figures itself out and it looks great. It'll be fantastic. Thinking about the future, that's what he does. He said he wanted more research done on the marijuana before he okays everything. And that kind of just ended the conversation. They moved on. I was like, oh, Rainwater.
Come on,
Rainwater, we needed you, dude. We needed you. I got to drive and fly to other places to do this stuff. I mean, come on. Holcomb did bring sports gambling in, though.
Thank you, Holcomb. Not like Hogset.
Well, I don't think Hogset banned sports gambling.
He doesn't have much power.
We don't in
sports
that world.
gambling.
Yeah. This is all local government conversations. Of course, everybody loves it, and that's
Right you go.
certainly what we should be chatting about. Let's go to Nathaniel in Sacramento. What's going on, Nathaniel in Sacktown?
Hey boys, AJ, how's it going?
Great.
Keep
How
it
are you?
going.
How's it going for you, man?
I'm having a good day, man. I love listening to you guys' show. I clean pools all day, every day, so it's easy to just listen to some slander and toxicity in my ear.
Well, listen, I'm happy that you're cleaning pools while there's just filth being dropped into your head by AJ Hawk and the Toxic Table. CFO Phil was actually a pool cleaner for a couple summers.
that right?
Really?
Not an easy gig. Not an easy gig. Out there doing your thing. We appreciate.
What's this guy's name?
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel, do a lot of the housewives try to hit on you as you're out there, cleaning, skimming the leaves off the pool?
Hell yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
I've had some close calls, but I haven't put the ball in the hole yet.
Okay.
Probably for the better. I think most of the stories that AJ Hawk is alluding to end in death and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
I'm saying, like that's a classic movie thing. Like the housewife's home, the guy's cleaning the pool, bam.
What movie?
What? Yeah. What
Are you
movie?
condoning adultery, AJ Hawk?
Wow, that's
Never.
interesting.
Never. I'm not
I would
condoning. That's
hate
why I'm
to
looking
see
out for this guy.
something like that, AJ.
Yeah.
What movie, AJ?
I'm looking out for this guy, Gump.
Let's hope so.
Oh, wow, AJ. What movies does this in? And by the way, I don't think I've ever seen
Yeah,
this.
Milf
Avatar?
Hunter doesn't count, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic.
Pool Boy
It's a classic
15.
line.
What movie? What movie?
Sean
I don't
Hunter.
know. All of them.
All right, Nathaniel, sorry about this whole thing. AJ obviously expects you to be a part of every porno that he's ever watched.
Who ordered pizza?
Jeez.
Come on, AJ.
Yeah.
How dare you, AJ?
Nathaniel, what do you want to talk about, dude?
Yeah,
Don't be
I was
boning
just,
any of the lines.
Yeah, don't do it.
That's
Please.
worse. Jeez Louise, AJ, you pig. You hear me? Is that what you would do while you were cleaning pools back in the day, AJ? Is that
piranhas?
I've never been a pool cleaner. No, absolutely not. I was looking out for the welfare of this caller.
Well, Nathaniel, we appreciate you, and it sounds like you are a morally high individual, although you said I haven't been able to really
Couple close calls.
close this.
So it sounds
Haven't
like
fell in the
you-
hole yet. He
Yeah,
said.
whatever. Do what you got to do, Nate. Just keep your head on a swivel out there. What do you want to talk about, dude?
Yeah, I had a question about the book club. We've had a 2-week hiatus with no books, and I was just curious if you guys all got caught up on the books, or at the very beginning, did you ever plan to read all the books, or is it just the cliff notes?
So, Nathaniel, great question. And I would like to let you know that not just for this book club, but my entire life, the way I do books, and to each their own. To each their own on how you do books. I listen to other people talk about the books, and then I can normally lock it in pretty good. The memory is normally pretty solid. So I have a pretty good synopsis via my friends of basically every book we were forced to read in school, in college. And I think the same thing has been happening for this book club. Although I do not promote that for everybody, it has been quite a joy for me. I finish books real quick. I mean, I get through books very quickly, and I know there's Cliff Notes and Spark Notes versions of that, but Connor has provided those weekly for me, and I'm very, very grateful for it.
Yeah, no, they've been really good. Really, aside from the 8,000-page Egypt book on architecture in sand, all the other ones have been fantastic.
How did that one crack into the book club, you think, AJ?
Was that Graham Hancock?
That was the one I was most excited
That's
about.
why,
It wasn't good?
What do you mean that's why?
It's actually, Graham Hancock. I know Aaron likes Graham Hancock and his stuff.
Nathaniel, have you read all these books, even the Bible-length ones?
I did not even pick up the Bible-length one. I looked at that, and I just took the L.
Yeah, so have you read these books or no? The other ones?
I read The Alchemist. I read The Art of Now, start to finish. I really enjoyed The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And
subtle art.
some of the other ones, I'd say I get halfway through. I listen to your guys' analysis at the end of the week, and I'm pretty much good to go there. Kind of simple, same style as you do with Boston Connor.
Who the fuck is reading this? Thank you, Nathaniel. I appreciate that. Somebody's reading this. Yeah, this isn't like a picture book. Oh, I guess there is some pictures.
Yeah,
but it is a small font. I mean, that's
Tiny.
10 inch. That's 10 font.
Retired people, maybe.
Oh yeah, retired.
I'll read that when
just
I have nothing to do for 8 months.
Look at the title of that: "Blood and Time at the End of the World." What is going on? From the book of this Bible, Hancock, Graham. Behind me, towering almost 100 feet into the air, was a perfect I mean, I don't even know what that word is.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're out.
Ziggurat, the Temple of Kukulkan.
Okay.
Its 4 stairways had 91 steps each, taken together with the top platform, which counted as a further step. The total was 365.
Oh, like the year.
Holy shit.
So there's a lot that comes together in this book, it turns out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Connor, Connor would love that. Has Connor not read it?
That one I actually tried to read, but like Pat just said, there's a lot of words I didn't really pick up on, AJ. But yeah, there are a lot of alien kind of thoughts in that book, which is cool.
I'm early into this book, the book of Mark, the subtle art of not giving a fuck. But this dude was selling cigs at the age of 12.
Yep.
Really?
I was 2 years ahead of him.
What do you call it? Kindred spirit?
Yeah.
He also got caught
like mine.
Like he and me?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Me and Mark, me and the book of
Yeah,
Mark?
you guys are boys. That's why you relate to that book and you've read so much of it.
Yeah, and I think that's why, I was told that Aaron brought it up, like, hey, did you read this yet? Because, you might like that person. But Connor and I have not gotten through this book yet, right? I mean,
almost there.
We've almost got
then
through
we'll sit down and
And
go
we'll
through
really
each
go
chapter.
through it, yeah. Nathaniel isn't boning wives, by the way. He's reading books. Yeah. He's fucking.
That guy. Maybe she was divorced and it was consensual.
Let's go to Mitch and. Well, I don't think Nathaniel's raping. What is
You're
your
a piece of shit.
Let's just
I
move on.
never said it was.
You said maybe it's consensual. Like what? Oh, I'm sorry.
All I meant was consensual. By yes, you always should say it's consensual. You don't want anyone taking advantage of anybody.
You're okay. All right, I understand what you.
I want both sides to say, shake hands and say, this is what we're going to do. Right? Isn't that what they do now?
When Nathaniel's reading books and taking his job serious, trying to make it to the top, he ain't trying to do whatever your toxic brain is thinking about. You child, by the way.
Yeah.
You too. You were jumping in there
Me?
as well. Yeah,
I was
and
trying to tell
you were all
him
kinda,
what fucking movies is this guy watching?
Mitch in Detroit, what do you want to talk about, pal? What's going on?
Hey, boys, how's it going?
Let's
keep
going.
Keep going.
Yeah, sorry. Question for you. Started watching WWE thanks to you, so I appreciate you introducing me to that. It's actually really entertaining versus people online just saying that it's fake.
Yes.
So speaking about your commentary, are you guys ever going to do live shows in the Igloo when you move in there?
Great question, Mitch. Yes, we said this yesterday, but it was kind of a throwaway comment. The Igloo is currently being built and constructed. It is going to be very cool. We're going to have live audience in there, AJ.
Hell yeah.
I think maybe once a month. Maybe we get AJ on that tiny little plane to fly over. We go once a month. It is large. The Igloo is very, very large. If we were to pick this up and put this in, L.A. or New York,
couldn't do it.
Probably a few $100 million worth of property. So we're very lucky and very thankful. And we have enough parking for everybody, obviously. We'll have food trucks there. Maybe get 50 people in there once a month.
Ooh. Maybe 100.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have to get them to sign off on anything or?
No, just show up.
Like, hey, if we show you on camera, but what if they're shown on camera? Don't they have to sign a release or anything?
I don't know about all that. It'll probably be on the ticket. It'll say like, hey, if you show up, you are agreeing to also
sign your life away. Yeah.
No. Nothing's going to happen to them, but maybe they will hear something terrible from like you or Connor.
No, meaning like they can't come back and sue us for anything.
Yeah, we will attempt to get out of any potential future lawsuits.
Yeah.
For sure. Like there will be no hot coffee. Remember McDonald's?
Oh, yeah.
$10 million.
There will be no hot
What about
coffee.
ice cold beers? Because
What?
my dad actually said he wants to come to this when we do it.
Tell your.
As long as he has a driver.
Let's go to.
I'll drive him. I'll pick him up.
Oh, you're going to be more boozed up than anybody. You.
What?
Yeah, what? I do have to make a correction about country musicians and their habits. Brantley Gilbert does not drink, I was told.
Okay.
But he does fight.
What?
He does fight.
Well,
Do you know Brantley Gilbert, AJ?
I know of him.
I think you would enjoy his music.
The name is, I love the name Brantley. I think it's sweet.
That is a good name.
Brantley's
What were you
here
going to say, Tom?
I was just going to say, even if you don't drink, he still has to drink about or sing about drinking about Busch Light. That's how country music works. Like he might not drink, but he's definitely got at least a song or two about slugging Busch Lights, I assume.
And I wonder if he just sneaks it in there that other people are doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, the boys
They were
drinking
sipping-
Busch Light.
They were sipping Busch Light.
Kicking some ass.
Getting in fights. Oh, so fast. They were drinking Busch Light.
Breaking some glass.
Stone Cold Steve Austin all up in their ass.
What?
Michael in California, what's going on, dude?
How you guys doing?
Keep moving. That was good. That's the first time I had like 5
Yeah,
or 6.
so big. Niners Packers. Ty. Where's Ty? Tyrone. You keep on bringing up Jimmy Garoppolo and that shit.
Jimmy's going to be having Toradol coming out of his ears. The run game's going to be on fire. We've been in playoff mode for weeks.
What?
Packers coming in off the training table.
What?
Curds in between their couch cushions.
What?
Niners coming.
What?
Niners D-line coming in sleeveless.
What?
Sleeveless. Bosa, Warner, ready to play. We're going to take the hearts out of that two-stop line town. Niners going to send that soft-ass Packers home once again. McVeigh, LaFleur. Don't forget who Daddy is. Uncle Kyle and his 5-time champs are coming to the Green Bay.
Whoa.
That was pretty good.
That's pretty good promo.
No point even watching the game
That was
now. I
good.
feel like I know what's going to happen.
How much you getting involved in the what's there, AJ? That was very cool of you.
That was cool.
Yeah, perfect timing.
That was like an 08
Oh,
moment.
it's like you did that on purpose. It was almost like
No, me and Zeke were spot on together.
I gotta ruin every game.
Right, Zeke?
I don't know. I don't know. There's no names popping up on this thing because the computer's dead. It might be because the 5G or whatever. Could be. So this is just classic. Let's just go blind. You know, this is a good time last week. We got a chance to do it. Now we have no idea. Hey, what's going on? Line number 5. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, how you doing?
Keep moving. Here we go.
I like it.
So back to that that bad motherfucker from California you just called. I'm 100% with him. I'm a big Bears fan, but the Bears obviously suck massive horse cock.
Whoa!
Fair
With
time.
the
Fair
pause,
time.
too.
Fair
With the
time.
pause.
Fair time. Fair time.
Bear all the way down.
Because they don't have opposable thumbs, right?
But I've been rooting for the Niners year long. We got that the Pete Davidson of the NFL, Jimmy G, motorboating porn stars,
That was electric.
mushroom stamping
This
models.
guy's crazy. All right.
This guy's the best.
Bears fans.
What are you talking about?
Can't do it.
Call back tomorrow, sir.
Can't do it. Call back tomorrow, sir. This show.
Jesus.
Eberflus is conducting his second interview with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He is. Can't go to the phones. Can't try. Electrifying calls, boys. Really, honestly.
Hell yeah.
The how's it going? Keep it going. I'm starting to really like too. That might be the new one.
All right, Matt Eberflus, who's the defense coordinator for the Indianapolis
I love
Colts.
the phones,
One of which Nick would enjoy that, obviously. One of which defense that seemed to be built for a playoff run. An incredible thing. A leader, a guy that was hired before Frank Reich, actually, here in Indianapolis. He was hired as defense coordinator for Josh McDaniels' staff. Josh McDaniels turned the plane around on his way to Indianapolis to be introduced as the head coach. Eberflus is now in his second interview to become head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Congratulations to him. What does this mean for the Indianapolis Colts, AJ? Is this a good thing, a bad thing? Obviously, any change is not great for chemistry, but you know what? The team didn't make the goddamn playoffs.
It's not a great thing if you lose a guy like this, but guess what? Great teams, your assistants will get taken. They will be hired away. Your position coaches will be hired to be coordinators, and your coordinators are going to become head coaches. That's just what happens when you're on a great team.
Yeah, it's real. You know, people get plucked from winning organizations because they hope that you can bring a little bit of whatever was in that last place alongside of you. And you've had success your entire career. He was with the Cowboys before, then he was with the Colts, now he's maybe with the Jags. And you say winning team, they didn't make the playoffs.
They didn't, but their defense played very well for the majority of the year, didn't they?
Turnovers, yeah.
Takeaways. Ton of takeaways. But don't we hear, we don't know what's real, but aren't people claiming that Byron Leftwich kind of has like his foot in the door to become the next Jags coach?
Right, good for Byron Leftwich. That'd be awesome, I think.
He's a legend down there.
Yeah, comeback story.
Got carried from
No, that was a
Marshall.
That was a Marshall.
Yeah. Green.
Similar. Yeah.
Shout out McConaughey. Told you I'm on fire, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You are.
Let's go, Tony.
How was that movie? Did you guys watch it?
It was a good movie.
Marshall?
Oh, yeah. It was a good movie.
Incredible. I mean, it's sad. It's a sad story.
Very sad
It's
movie.
terrible.
But it's a good movie.
By the way, something that I think we've all thought about while on flights with our entire team.
Yeah. True.
Well, especially West Virginia. They're a big part of that movie.
Well, West Virginia helped out
Yeah.
Marshall, I believe, through that whole thing, and that's obviously an incredibly sad story. And it's happened to a hockey team. I think it happened overseas. Whenever you're on one of those planes and there's a little bit of something going on, it's like, holy shit! Literally everybody from this team is right here. This would be a sad situation. Obviously happened in Marshall. Great movie. Happy they're back. They fired Doc Holliday this year.
Yeah, which
What happened?
something.
Well, this was
because he's a
Yeah, what
great,
did
great coach, and he had a winning record basically every single year he was there. So there was something else going on there.
Let's go to John in San Jose. What's going on, John?
Hey, Pat, how you doing, man?
Okay, keep him moving, John. I appreciate you, John.
Hey, so this is it's a special teams question. In situations where you absolutely must get the ball off, and the only thing that hurts you is a block, how come you guys don't line up further back
and take the ball further away from the defensive line. I've scoured the rule book, and there's nothing that stipulates how far back you need to be.
All right, so John, you're saying that the snapper past 14 to 15 yards, and normally in that situation, guys are up at like 13, normally 13 yards. You're thinking that the ball being snapped past 13, 14, 15 yards would be faster than potentially the defense that is rushing in there? Or do you think maybe that snap is going to slow down a little bit as it continues to go, and it might fuck up the entire, slow down the entire operation?
It's entirely possible it might fuck it up. But
Well, and then also,
saying,
what do quarterbacks do whenever they drop back? They step up in the pocket, right? Because the tackles push people outside, up and around. You know, so you have to kind of stay in the pocket. The snap might slow down, but I have lined up at 18 yards before for a punt, not on purpose. I mean, that was not on purpose at all. And as I caught,
how the fuck did you manage that?
well, it was bad math. You know, it was when I was jogging on the field. I'm like, oh, I think this is right. And then it wasn't until right before the ball was snapped that I saw the snapper. I think it was Justin Snow. Like, what? You look so small back there. And the ball like basically fell off, and I punted it. And then as we jogged off, he was like, what? Something was different. I was like, yeah, I was 4 yards back further. So your snap time is going to be fucking terrible on film. I do apologize. We got it off there. But yeah, every once in a while that can happen. You know, that's a little bit of a problem when you're running on the field trying to do as much math as possible. But I like the thought of just back it up further. Just line up at 20 yards. They should be able to fucking huck
Throw
that
a seed back
Just
there.
huck that thing straight back there. You know what I mean, AJ?
I mean, it's a valid question, but I think you hit it when, like, I know from playing wing on punt team, I'm staying on my dude's hip and I'm pushing him over the edge. Well, if you're a little bit deeper, that block point, I'm going to push him right into that block point instead of past it.
Yeah. And block point, by the way, is different for everybody. Normally around 10 yards, 9.5 yards. And that's where everybody's trying to get to. Down for a punt. You go down to the foot for a punt. You go up for a field goal. Two very different things. Except for that one time this year where somebody jumped up and actually batted a punt.
Rams, I think.
Yeah, which is not anywhere near how it's supposed to go. That's a misfortune there. And you know it's going to go bad for you the rest of the day if that takes place. AJ, here on Sirius, we're wrapping up for the day. Probably thankful for all the listeners. Mad Dog will be next here. You have anything to say to the Sirius XM folk?
Yeah, I appreciate them listening. I know Thursdays are Mad Dog's usually when he's kind of hitting his stride.
Oh, yeah. He steps in the batter's box on Thursday. He gets that big Louisville slugger up on that shoulder. He sees the laces and he squares that sumbitch up. We'll see you tomorrow with a Feel Good Friday. I'm unconscious right now. AJ, I'm unconscious right now, dude. I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
I mean, that was boom, right on time down there. Fuck off, dude. I mean, you can give a compliment.
Is he frozen? I can't even.
There's nothing to say. Hey,
Playoff football, man. You're playing your best at the right time.
And well, the shows have been the worst, but I'm hitting those hard outs the best. I mean, kind of a give and take here. You know what I mean? Kind of a give and take.
Hey, you know what? There's some really, really terrible radio people that hit the post every single time.
The post.
What do you?
The post, as in like when they try to use that terminology, like when you hit that right on time, you know, they go, "Oh, you hit the post." There's some guys that bring nothing, and they're not interesting, they're not funny, they don't give you any insight, but they're very, very good at getting in and out of break.
Well, I just want to let you know from any of my previous professions we do not want to hit the post.
Yeah, it's sports analyst AJ
Thanks,
there
Cody.
using his, terms.
Cody Park hit two of the posts.
Yes, he did.
He's really good, hard out. But that ball got blocked, so he had an assist.
Yeah.
He had a co-host who was a defensive lineman.
True.
And nobody ever talked about that. Just fucking buried the guy.
Math loves his posts.
Is that really what it is? Yeah, Math does love posts. Everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Good deal.
AJ, when you do other shows, do you save all your good stuff for them, or like what do you? When you do Good Morning Football this morning, do they send over what they're going to ask you in an email form, or do you get any heads up? What was it like this morning? And do you have any other shows lined up that we can watch? We'd like to see.
Yeah, we'd like to see them.
We'd like to see.
I don't think I have any other shows lined up. That one just seemed to work out.
Well, you're a fucking liar because you go on Bobby Carpenter's show every Friday, and you just
Is that
decide not
real?
to tell
You're
us
right.
that.
Yeah, you're right. I call into Bobby's show every Friday morning, like at 8:35, but you can't watch that.
Why can't
anymore.
we get a
Why
clip
can't?
of
Why
that?
won't Bobby
You son
watch
of a
it? Why
bitch.
won't he put that thing on camera? That would be.
Because I think they're both. I think they're still from in different areas, so they don't put it on film.
But online, we should be able to go on and listen to it.
You
It's
guys
terrestrial
are
radio, though.
Jeez, but AJ.
What?
You and me. We're
I don't think they have the operation that you guys have going.
I would like to send Bobby Carpenter an operation. I'd like to see him on TV more.
Yes. I mean, he makes videos. Bob's videos are out there for Outkick.
Oh, I haven't seen the Outkick stuff as much, but I have seen his morning workout routines. He's trying to kill himself in a gym in his house every single morning. Yeah. I saw him sprinting, weighted treadmill, he said, or something like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
He's got no motor. He's got the one that he's all self-propelled.
How old is he?
38.
God, I wish I had it. How do you have it?
Oh, that's the.
I mean, Bob will be jacked until the day he dies, for sure.
He is like super. He did judge me immediately upon seeing me.
What?
A little bit.
Really?
What do you say?
Yeah, we get the body fat tested once a week. What do we got going on?
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, that is Bob. That's kind of Bob's thing. You're right.
Yeah.
Like he'll want to go for. Yeah, he loves like inserting himself in somebody's diet plan, their workout routine.
Yeah, and I was like, Bob, I'm trying, man. I get a little bit lazy. How do you? Fuck that, basically. He was like, you just got to get through it. Or I'm like, Bobby.
No excuses.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, Bobby, I don't know how you have the motor, dude. I wish I did. I honestly wish.
I thought everybody was getting yoked for the Super Bowl. Why do we not have General Bob in here whipping the troops in shape?
Can you and Bob put together a workout plan for everybody in here?
I cannot. I am not very good. I'm terrible at that, actually. Bob and Schlegs. Who? That's
okay.
Let's
do it. I don't want to be on the Jacksonville Jaguars workout plan.
Yeah, come on.
Listen,
What are you talking about? They peaked at the end of the season because their bodies were fucking perfect.
Yeah, you're right, I guess. Maybe we do want Schlegs in the boots. If Schlegs would like to put together a little workout plan for all of us and understand that maybe we don't have as much motivation as he nor Bob and just kind of something that humans could actually accomplish. I watch Steve Weatherford every day.
Jeez, yeah.
That guy's running like 6 marathons.
Jacked. Absolutely jacked.
Bro, he is stacked and he's running marathons around his neighborhood. I'm just like, how does he have the competitive stamina to continue to do that and get bigger and bigger and stronger and everything like that?
It's just a lifestyle.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
Not to mention,
just life.
through Christ, all things are possible. So Weatherford has that advantage as well.
That is part of the lifestyle.
I saw him break bricks.
Jesus and iron, baby.
You can't have a straight face, Connor.
He's telling the truth. We've been following
What are
along.
you talking
He
about?
broke out of
No, it's true.
handcuffs.
What he is saying is true, but coming from Connor in his delivery.
What are you saying, Diablo, dude? You got a fucking problem, bro? You got
Diablo, what is that?
Lucifer.
Devil, dude.
Beelzebub.
Wait, how did Mitt do?
Oh, yeah, we did do the Diablo Dare. And they were a bit arrogant early, and then that thing really started to settle in on the taste buds. It got them.
Oh, Jesus, actually.
They said it was delicious, though.
Yeah, good taste. Bill did it, Bruce did it, and Mitt did it. They're the only ones that have TikTok. None of us.
Everyone enjoyed the sandwich, but the hotness got to him.
Yeah,
I wonder on the way out.
Like how much hotter than like Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich?
It's the hottest on the market.
Yeah, apparently it's much hotter.
You're eating jalapenos with seeds in them, I think, in the sandwich.
And they're also in the bun, too. There's a bunch of flakes on the bun that kind of
I might eat one today. It sounds like something I would actually like.
It did look good. It looked damn good.
Bruce did say he had a rough go this morning.
Well, that's the thing. When I had that Carolina Reaper or Ghost or whatever it
Sucks
was,
on the way out.
yeah, I felt it go through my body. I was sleeping. Oh, this is nice. This isn't that bad. It was hot. I dumped milk on my face. I got past it like after an hour worth of sweating and burping and everything. It was like, oh, that was fun. I did it. I can jot that off the list. I ate the hottest pepper of all time. Everybody can eat shit, like that. That's how I felt. And then middle of the night, 2, 3 a.m., I wake up and it just feels as if the sun is sitting in my, and it must have just moved in some part of my bladder or something like that. And then I felt that son of a bitch for the rest of its existence inside of my body. And then as it exited, it went out with a grand finale. I mean, it was a problem. And I think these sandwiches are pretty similar to that. But if you can accomplish it and you put it on TikTok, you're fucking tough, dude.
Yeah, that's true. It's just do you want to be the mayor of Butt Piss City all night tonight? Exactly. Because that's kind of what you're wrestling with.
It's like the Choco Challenge.
Well, AJ said I've been getting ready to wrestle with something anyway.
True.
Imagine me looking at that Diablo. Fucking locking up with it, dude. You know what I mean? Fucking bring it too. I'm not gonna do that. I'm on a pretty good diet. I'm on a pretty good little rep.
Yeah.
I'm on a pretty good.
Looking good.
Pretty good little run right now.
Getting yoked.
You've been doing the sauna?
I have been doing the sauna. It being in the house is nice. We got to it's Finnish, by the way, not Swedish. It's a big Finnish thing. Finnish. I had a couple of
thank you. I'm glad you cleared that up.
Well, I do too, because I got tweets from Finland telling me I was a fucking asshole or whatever. I'm like,
Well, not really. They were just like, hey.
Do the Swedes not make good saunas?
Well, the sauna that I'm actually in is titled Finn Leo, Finnleo. And I didn't know that until I was reading a message from somebody from Finland telling me that this is a Finnish thing. It's awesome, though. It makes you sweat. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
I was always a steam room guy, but sauna's also delicious.
Sauna's the best.
A steam room, I always like you feel almost like trapped. I would get a little.
That's how I feel in the sauna.
The sauna's dry heat though, right? You can see stuff. The steam room, you're at least
steam,
feeling it. You can feel it.
You can spray a little eucalyptus in there. It gets in.
You got to actually pour the stuff in the rocks, right? Like, that's a lot of work.
I can do that. We don't have the tray in that whole thing. That is the steam room. But there's a steam shower.
Oh, the sauna does that.
The sauna, yeah. You put the rocks in there, and you can dump it in there, and it gets a little
steam room. You just walk in, and it's like a shot. Like you're walking into a really hot shower.
They probably had a big one in Green Bay, right? I would assume big steam room in Green Bay.
Yeah, nice big steam room. But yeah, I'm with you in the steam room. When that thing gets going strong and you can't see anything, and you start to think, man, what if someone just locks the door from the outside?
Yeah, I start tripping. I've gone into one of those way too high before, and it's ruined the entire experience for me. I'm like, all right, it feels like you're in the clouds, like Gabe Morency.
Both.
And the people opening doors, and all of a sudden
You know what I mean?
You have no idea who it is. By the way, you have no clue who it is walking in. You can't see anything. And then you're breathing it in, and it's not going anywhere. For me, I wasn't mentally tough enough for the steam room. But the sauna, I'm in that
They're
thing.
both very scary, as well as tanning beds.
Well, spray tans are much more scary. They give an entire fungus to my body.
Yeah. Saunas are awesome.
Entire body, dude. From here to here, I had fungus on my entire body.
Just on the side. It was everywhere. That was tough.
I had to take a medicine.
Antibiotic.
And a steroid. I think they gave me like some steroid.
You're like Will Smith in that movie?
Hitch. He's talking about when
Hitched.
When he breaks out?
That was Benadryl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I had to take something a little stronger.
Yeah, a little different.
Calamine?
I don't remember the name. It had a weird name. It had
Was
one
it
of those-
It's what you put on yourself when you get poison ivy.
Yeah.
It had a doctor name. Yeah, I was doing a little bit of this.
Yeah.
A little bit of the open hand, because I don't want to.
Itch, yeah.
Don't want to exacerbate it, make it worse. But yeah,
so some anti-itch cream, so dry it out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That was a bad couple weeks there. It was like 10 days. I thought I was dying. I was like, oh, I'm dead, dude.
Did you go to a doctor?
Yeah. Had to.
Skin stuff like that is the worst.
Scary. I thought I was like really breaking out and dying. I'm like, do I have some sort of plague?
Disease?
What is going on?
Flesh-eating disease.
Yeah. Legit.
Let's wrap up some loose ends on the show today.
Yeah.
You need to stop with just watching pornos all the time and assuming everybody's life is a porno.
Yeah, knock it off.
Okay.
We were attacked by sex bots in the chat. Just
see what you do.
I wonder why. Those are actually from AJ's computer.
Yeah.
Virus.
He sent them in there. The porn bots out there.
Gotcha.
It's awesome. And loose ends here. Randall Cobb's playing football this weekend.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
So everybody's talking about everybody else coming back. Smith, Alexander, Bakhtiari. Now, Randall Cobb, the man who is Aaron Rodgers' best friend, I think, is how one of his best friends. The first real sign or display from the Green Bay Packers that they would listen to Aaron Rodgers was trading Randall Cobb out of Houston and getting him back on the squad. A little bit early, it wasn't as productive, but then he started making some catches, started making some plays. People were feeling good. He was a great leader in the locker room. He gets hurt. He's back. There's an emotional, video that Aaron Rodgers has just tweeted out from Randall Cobb about how happy he is to come back, how important this whole thing is to him. It feels like the Green Bay Packers right there above my head have all systems go right now. I don't know a team that is in better shape for the playoff run than them, and Randall Cobb coming back is obviously a nice missing piece, AJ.
I think it's awesome. I'm very happy for Randall and the team. I think Randall's going to be a guy that's going to make some plays too this Saturday night. So that's the one thing that, like, whenever anyone's talking about how everything's perfect and set up beautifully and all these people coming back, that's what sometimes worries me when I'm like, all right, let's just pump the brakes a second and see. Let's just go have a fast start and then just let them play.
I agree, but last weekend, basically everything that everybody thought happened. There was, I guess, Scotty Miller not getting another half a yard is something that was a little bit of a shame, but everything thus far in the playoffs has been basically what people think is going to happen. Now, will that continue into this weekend? Not 100% sure. We got a boost on Saturday and a boost on Sunday.
Yeah. Feel good about him.
I feel good about him. Do we add Randall Cobb over 7.5 yards?
It's risky.
Well,
10.5 yards or something like that?
Well, it depends.
But by the way, that's how you build.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak as if I'm some expert on gambling. I am not. I do it. I am not an expert. The Hammer
Dahn.
Cowboys have become somewhat of experts, and I get a chance to listen. The Scotty Miller thing just boosted our odds to plus 1,000. Like, that is a massive. If we think Randall Cobb's going to get some balls this weekend because he's back, there's a chance he's going to. That's something that'll boost the odds of our Super Boost, hopefully, even more. And we could really take him from what we missed out on last week. But this is also everybody listening going, pat. Did we not learn anything from last weekend, I think, potentially? I can hear those voices right now.
You worry about the J.J. Watt situation where you rehab for all those months and come back and play 5.
Ty, what were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say, he big third down guy. I think Cobb's only caught like 19 balls this year maybe, but like 12 of them have been for first downs. Rodgers really trusts him on third down. I don't know how many of those have been 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8, et cetera, but I think it could be a Scotty Miller type deal where it's like, hey, he's probably going to get 1 or 2 balls on third down, and if he catches both of them, we might be looking at a 17 to 22 yards. He might score a touchdown, could be but who knows? Because Alan Lazard has really come on big time.
He's unbelievable.
MVS is out doubtful, though.
Yeah.
So that might help.
If anything, Devontae's just going to get more balls. Just go 100+ for him.
Well, Devontae's definitely going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, Devontae's going to be a part of it. I think we're going to have Debo be a part of it. I don't know if we're going to be able to get total yards for that, receiving or rushing yards for there. But if you sprinkle in a Randall Cobb alternate receiving yards or over-under, even though we were told alternate can't happen at such a low number because of whatever. And on some books that aren't regulated, they were able to do that, and those people rubbed it in my fucking face.
Bullshit.
Last week. Maybe that seems like...
I would do it. I'd throw it in there. I would expect Randall to get at least 1 ball.
That's the worry.
What is the 1 ball?
Yeah.
Go, Scotty, say 8.5.
Yeah, but if it's 3rd and 3.
I mean, I expect him to get more than that, but I'm saying I think maybe Aaron gets him involved early, too.
Okay, so just to get back in the swing of things, welcome back. Hey, great to have you. I appreciate you. We're going to need you later. We're going to need you next week. We're going to need you in a couple weeks. Let's get you right back into the swing of things here. Let's get you the rock. You're his guy.
Well, and against Arizona, he had like 3 catches for 15 yards, but 2 of them were touchdowns. So maybe a possible touchdown sprinkle for Randall Cobb.
More news here. Derrick Henry looks very good at practice right now. So he seems to be all the way back. Jim Wyatt, who reports for the Tennessee
Times.
What is Jim Wyatt?
Nashville Daily News.
Jim Wyatt covered Tennessee Titans since 1999. Now he's with TennesseeTitans.com. Oh, he's with the fucking team.
Okay.
Jim Wyatt's with the goddamn team. He has a video from Derrick Henry at practice, and he says he is feeling it. Yeah. Hey, what's the song? We can't play it, but I wish I knew what it was. Feels like that's going to get going. Number 70 is awesome. They have a Sasquatch on the team who is excited to see Derrick Henry all the way back. Vibing. Offensive lineman getting crazy. Taylor Lewan's out there. I love that Derrick Henry seems to be all the way back. They're going to feed the shit out of Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah. 35, 40 carries maybe. Guys fresh. Oh, boy. Not good for the Bengals.
And by the way, I love the Bengals.
Who doesn't?
Players,
Yeah.
team,
What?
fans,
What?
hate the ownership.
Yes.
I don't know the Titans ownership. They're still in Houston, I think.
Yeah. They hired Vrabel, so.
So they hired Vrabel, so I enjoy that. This is not a biased take here at all. It just feels like this Titans team that was able to win games without their stud and become the number 1 seed without their guy that they're paying like $50 million to play running back. And he seems to be all the way back mentally, physically. And they had a week break. And the defensive line for Zach Taylor's Bengals squad seems to be a little banged up. I think Hendrickson's playing.
Yep.
Yes.
Obviously, that came out today. Hendrickson's going to play regardless. He plays without gloves. That guy, they're going to roll his body out there like Braun. Do I have blood beating through my body? Is how he's going to play. That game should be. That's a physical way to start the entire thing. And I'm happy that Derrick Henry, King Henry, is there, AJ.
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to start out early with a heavy dose of Derrick Henry. So let's see if the Bengals can stop him early. And I don't know. Like we talked about yesterday, though, the Titans do not go away from the run when Derrick Henry is in the lineup. So, hey, even if we shut him down in the first quarter, we're doing well. Like, strap it up, guys. It's going to be a long day.
I heard some other sports analysts saying that there's going to be a pitch count on Derrick Henry. That's not why you have Derrick Henry, right? Am I completely wrong on this? I don't.
I asked the question. I asked it just because he's coming back, but then it's the playoffs, and then maybe Vrabes is like, hey, we still have a couple more games to play. We plan on winning the Super Bowl. I want him to be healthy at the Super Bowl, too.
Yeah, I don't know, because that's not Derrick Henry's style, right? Pitch count is not the way Derrick Henry has been used.
No.
Now, maybe they will, but I've heard some people
Might not be up to him.
Who, Vrabes?
It might not be up to Derrick Henry. It could be their medical staff and Braves like, hey, man, we got to protect you from you. So we're going to feel it out a little bit in the second half or the first half, see how you feel. Maybe if we need it, we'll give you more carries in the second. I don't know.
Yesterday, whenever you brought and asked that question, I was like, no, not fucking Derrick Henry. That's the purpose of Derrick Henry. You just feed him, and he just eats at people and just beats them down, and he keeps chopping wood.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
He's not going to get through the big tree. You know, maybe first time he might be able to swing because he does those cool workouts on bands and stuff like that. But he's just chipping away, and then inevitably the tree's going to be so weak that he's just going to go. And that's kind of the Derrick Henry style ever since Eddie George and he had that conversation a couple of years ago on how he should play and what he should think about and how he should maybe shift his mindset. He's been unstoppable. I've heard a lot of people I respect that are just expecting Derrick Henry to be on a pitch count. I'm like, I don't know if that's how Derrick Henry is a football player, but they know more than I do. He is injured. He is coming back. Maybe they will have to rest him and not get him as many bangs and bumps. What's up, Zito?
This is a different situation, but Vrabel in the past has said it ruins the flow of the game to put someone on a pitch count, and that was about Derrick Henry before. That was last year.
Okay, hey, good fucking research, Z.
There we go, Z. Anytime, guys.
That's good for the program. We appreciate that. But that is also my exact thoughts. Not that I'm like, hey, me and Vrabel are the same, but like that is what Derrick Henry is there to.
Yeah.
In the pool.
Right. Yeah. Also, it doesn't make it. Vrabel doesn't seem like the kind of guy who, like, they're not looking ahead of Saturday's game. It's not like, hey, we're going to need him for the AFC Championship in the Super Bowl as well. Like, they're focused on what's in front of them.
I felt stupid, though, whenever I saw a lot of people say it and you asked that question. I'm like, man, am I getting this all wrong? Maybe. I mean, I've got a lot of shit wrong.
Yeah, searching it, I see a lot of people saying he should be in a pitch count.
I saw that yesterday. Yeah. Literally, as I was looking around the internet and watching TV, everybody's like, no, he's going to be in a pitch count. You asked the question earlier, and I'm like, oh, I must be completely.
I mean, 3 games, max, they have 3 games left. You don't really need a pitch count for that.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, too. Like, there is no tomorrow, so what are we saving?
And it is true, like Ty said, like, you're not sitting here worrying about the AFC Championship and your guys being healthy during that game. As soon as the game ends, yes, you'll start thinking about that. But right now, it's like, hey, we got to get there.
Yeah, Vrabel. Mr. Potato Head? Yeah. If anything happens to him, we'll put them together again next week and we'll play fucking again. Like that is the mindset of the playoffs, though. A lot of players have, like a lot of players, not just the star players. You got a lot of offensive linemen, defensive linemen, those hitting positions like linebacker and running back. It's like, yeah, once we get through this game, we're just going to figure out how to get to game time next week, and we'll just do whatever we got to do to get there, especially because we have 3 months after this of nothing. And that's why the speed amplifies in the playoffs. Everything kind of picks up a little bit because there's a little bit lack of, any concern for your safety or a hit that maybe you wouldn't have done the same exact way earlier in the year. It's like, well, this is literally for everything. Like, we can go in there. It's just, there's levels to this shit, and I'm excited to see what they do with Derrick Henry. I think they're going to feed him, but it seems like the common narrative is that they will not. I guess only time will tell. Saturday in Nashville, kicking off the entire divisional round weekend. Bengals at Titans, Niners at Packers, Rams at Bucks, and then Bills at Chiefs. Big thanks to Josh Allen for stopping by today, Jay Glazer, Dana White, who I love talking to that guy. He was in a basement of an arena in the middle of a PR run. Thank you for making time for us. And we'll be back tomorrow for a Feel Good Friday. I can't wait for it, AJ. We appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, guys. I had a good time. Can't wait till tomorrow. You're going to where again? Nashville. My bad. Boom. SmackDown.
Boom. There you go. Boom. Boom. A lot of people from Nashville have sent me ticket opportunities for that game on Saturday if I wanted to stay the night.
Come on, man. Just stay and go.
Let's go to the hockey games. AJ,
go sit in Braves' box with his sons. Go do that.
Well, I'll bring 10 tins for those kids if I know anything about them from watching them from draft night and their thing. They are probably a legendary crew there. But SmackDown tomorrow night in Nashville. Then you got Titans Bengals in the afternoon. Then the Predators play at night. Like, Nashville is about to be.
Yeah.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
Nashville's big, man. Nashville's a hot spot right now.
It's beautiful.
Rocking.
It's cold though, right?
What's the weather going to be like for the game?
I don't know. That's
probably like 40s, right?
Yeah, warmer than here.
I've played down there where it's been chilly. Like, it has been.
It's 25 there right now.
That's what I'm saying.
chilly.
It gets cold.
High of 39 tomorrow,
39.
low of 22.
Saturday.
That's a Saturday.
Or Saturday, I mean, sorry.
It's definitely cold for Nashville.
Yeah.
Well, in Nashville, if you want to get to the top, you got to bang, bang, bang. Jason Aldean told us that. That was the only guy we didn't talk about earlier.
That's right.
We did a full country cover.
Someone mentioned him.
Did he?
Quickly, but we were running through a lot of names.
Hey, you know what's crazy though about Aldean though? He was on stage when that dude started shooting in Vegas. Like that would traumatize. Like I'd be next time I go on stage, I would be thinking about that.
Well, I agree. And then also, until the day goes.
Eric Church.
Eric Church, he gave a speech after that, and he was like, we were performing there. In the way Eric Church talked about it, if I do remember him speaking about that Vegas thing, he was like those are my people there, you know. And I think Aldean probably feels the exact same way. Like those are our people out there. That was an incredibly sad situation. Yeah. Sad situation. But hey, can't stop us from living our fucking life. Right? A couple assholes who are just scumbags of the world. Did we ever? I'm not getting into it.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I mean, that just stopped, right? The whole conversation. What's that, AJ?
It stopped. Honestly, I'm waiting for Connor to jump in because I don't know enough
what we're
about
talking
it.
Well,
about.
Gumpy just stepped away from the.
Yeah, I must have missed something.
No, this is Vegas shooting concert. It was somebody then we never heard. And then remember it was a security guard. And then security guard never got heard from again. It's like, did that ever get?
Because they were, in theory, they were warned about it possibly happening.
Yeah, and then that kind of all disappeared there, didn't it?
Really?
I don't remember looking into it as much.
Didn't Ellen interview one of them afterwards?
That's in my head, literally as we were thinking about the situation that you just brought up that I don't think any of us have ever thought about, and that was probably not supposed to be thought about by anybody ever again. It's kind of how it was treated, that entire thing. I started thinking to myself, wait, didn't the person get interviewed? And then it just nothing ever.
Yeah.
Sad, dude.
Yeah.
Just got to live. Hey, we got to live. We just got to live.
Right.
Man, that'd be a wild scene. Oh, my God. Thank you, AJ. Let's have an incredible Thursday. We'll be back tomorrow.
You brought up Jason Aldean.
So naturally.
Yeah. So many other things.
I was
about
legit,
fucking
I wasn't-
Amarillo sky, dude.
Legitimately, that's what
It was all I was thinking of. How terrifying.
In
that
that Amarillo sky. Zach Brown got a bar down there?
I don't think so.
He's an Atlanta guy.
Yeah, but also music.
Doesn't he just have like a chicken fried bar? Wouldn't that be an easy hit for him?
You know what? Chicken fried.
They sing the national anthem. Zach Brown band.
Pair of jeans that fit just right in the radio world.
He's had COVID 8 times.
Yeah. He was supposed to come on the show. I was so pumped. I was very, very excited. He was supposed to come on the show. We were supposed to do a pre-tape. He was going to do a tour and everything like that. Morning, he was supposed to come on the show. Like, I was pumped, excited. Had a lot of questions about a lot of things.
Never do pre-tapes.
Never do pre-tapes. Like, hey, we'll do it for Zach Brown. Absolutely. I'm excited to chat. He got COVID that morning, and then the tour got kind of moved. And then there was another situation where I was potentially going to run into him. Boom, got COVID again. Yeah, it was like, hope he's okay.
Shit, I got to see McAfee today.
Hey, he's yoked up. Yeah, he is yoked up, by the way. He is.
Yeah.
I saw him on College Game Day or whatever, yeah.
Oh, yeah. His whole band sang the national anthem at a playoff game we had in Atlanta, and I think he painted his head like a Falcons helmet to sing it, honestly. One of them did. No joke.
Best concert I ever been
Hey,
to.
some of those yes, he's unbelievable. They sound very.
They're all like highly trained musicians too.
Yeah, they sound better than the album live, and they're whenever they play somebody else's song. What's that called?
Cover.
When they cover whatever they cover,
Very good.
it is.
It hits. They covered Enter Sandman this summer when I went. It was.
Oh yeah. I've seen them do some Metallica.
Yeah, they can be like a rock band.
And then they have some.
You go both ways.
You know, they made some songs with Avicii, who rest in peace, obviously.
Yeah. Broken Arrows. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song. Good song. But yeah, I don't think he's painted his head. I think it was probably somebody else.
Yeah.
Hey, some of those national anthems though that people sing, I remember a couple to this day just being like, "Ooh, well, disrespectful to America." Good luck out here. And then there's some people who just absolutely slaughter, and it's hard not to be like, "All right, that was great. All right,
Tell you what,
way to go up there."
The national championship, that was.
Well, we were in the
really
building.
good.
We were in the
That
building
was a
too.
Great national anthem.
Yeah, there was.
Who was that? She was good.
She was. Do you remember us?
There we go. That was it right there, right?
It was his beard, yeah.
Dang it, nobody painted their head.
Yeah, there is head paint on
So number 2 there on the right.
Maybe, yeah. I can see that actually.
Number 2 on the right there is the fiddler, I believe.
Uh-huh.
He's fucking devil and Don Jordan.
Does Zach have paint on his head?
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
Oh, so you were right.
Okay, so my memory's correct.
Hey, okay, AJ.
Hey.
Nice.
All right,
Tramon Williams, pick 6 to end the first half. Pretty big play for us.
did you know it was coming? Did you feel it? Did you vibe it? Did you tell him where the ball was going?
No, I remember on the play, I was turned around at the snap. I was turned around trying to talk to the safeties. They snapped it quick on me.
So Matt Ryan was reading you, actually, and he said, well, look at the doofus. All right, stop it. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I was baiting him. He thought he had it, and then Tremon's like, nope, here we go. Let's take this into halftime.
Did you do any of that? Did you do any pre-snap baiting into any folks?
I mean, he tried. Yeah, you're always trying to not give away what you're doing.
Oh, you're a masturbator out there, huh? Whenever you're playing those games, you're playing a little chess. Oh, double barrel. Nope, I'm dropping back. Is that
Double barrel.
You used to play those games, huh? You used to play those games?
Everybody plays those games.
Were you good at it? You think you were an above average game player before the snap, or just average, or do you think not that great?
I think I got better as I got older, maybe, at disguising things like that.
What was that, just understanding football better and understanding schemes better that made you a better disguiser, or do you think it's just a natural thing?
It's a rep thing, and you also have to know, like, it's a timing thing. You got to get a feel on when they snap the ball. You don't want to get caught. Like, you don't want to be, if you are blitzing, you don't want to be sitting there at 3.5 yards on your toes. That's giving it away. So, but then if I'm not, maybe I will do, you got it's a little game you got to do.
Are you setting them up too? Early in the game, you're showing some things, and then maybe in the third quarter, will be a hot bitch, gotcha. Is that a little bit of that going on?
You're trying to, yeah, so they don't really know what they're doing. Oh, is this guy, here we go. This is a tell. He's done this before, but no, actually, I know that, and I'm doing that to make you think that.
Oh, you like that, huh? Watch this. Your guy Clay got, Clay got that from Cam Newton.
Yep. Yeah, to McAfee.
Who's it? Harrison Smith, Aaron said, is like the guy. Harrison Smith.
The best. Unbelievable.
Yeah. That's a talent, right? That's a real
Watch
talent.
that dude. Harrison will be down on the end of the line of scrimmage by the outside backer to the D end, and he'll wait. The ball will be snapped, and he'll run to the deep middle.
Let's not forget where he got that from.
Where?
Fucking Troy.
Palomalu.
Troy was king of that.
E.D. Reed, Palomalu flew around. He had no idea where they were. I remember when we were playing Baltimore, the entire thing was like, where's Ed Reed? I remember them saying, like, just try to find Ed Reed because he's going to be fucking with you and he's going to find the ball. Lo and behold, I think he did.
Brady's wristbands. He had on his wristband, it's like one of the famous ones he has, where is Ed Reed on his wristband in all caps.
That's awesome.
And Ed was taken to the house, too. That dude was unbelievable at returning it.
And I've told this story before. We played Baltimore over there, and we had to punt late. We were up. It was a one-score game. We had to punt late with like a minute some left. They got to stop. And Ed Reed, he was at the end, towards the later end of his career. He was not rushing punts anymore, but they had him on the field to rush punts. And I remember jogging out and looking at him and go, what are you doing out here? Like, need you to get off. You're not supposed to be here, And then you see his ass get his I'm like, oh no, I've been watching this for 20 years. He's been getting off edges on people and blocking kicks for literally 20 years. I think we held him. I think it was a clear hold, but we got the ball off.
Nice.
Might have been a 27-yard punt or whatever, but it's hard to fucking do that when you see a guy you watch highlights about, killing punters, basically. I was like, get me out of here, dude. Let's have a great Feel Good Friday tomorrow, huh? How about it?
Yeah. How about it?
Let's go to bed tonight and say, hey, tomorrow's Feel Good Friday. Let's have a good one.
Here we go.
Hammer Dahn in 15 minutes. AJ's got to be on Bobby Carpenter's show tomorrow morning.
Can't wait.
Make sure you check that out, 8:30 a.m. I'm excited for it. Toxic Table, you guys are crushing it, dude.
You're crushing it.
The boys in the back, great work today. Mitt, great to have you back, pal. Thanks for being the voice of God for Evan Fox and his FanDuel commercial. That is maybe one of my favorite ones.
Thank you,
I think we run that on the way out of here, and then we will see you all manana. You are the best humans of all time. Thank you all so much. Hey, Gumpy, right here, pal. AJ, one for you too.
I told you, I'm not. That's disrespectful to Ben.
What about when Aaron does it?
Well, Aaron copied from Ben.
Yes.
So you don't want to do that? Just to show?
That's an ode to Ben.
No, he just wants to see adultery with fucking pool boys.
Big pop there.
I didn't say I want to see it. Oh, sorry, guys. I won't ask any more questions. I won't be curious.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, man, sorry,
AJ.
sports analyst. Sorry.
Yeah.
Why did they label you that? You think sports?
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
The bottom bar.
Former NFL linebacker / sports analyst, AJ Hawk.
They can put whatever they want up there.
That's true.
We'll start making up titles.
I mean, look at what like the bios you put under for people that come on the show.
They're accurate.
They're legendary.
Yeah. I mean, they're the best. They make the show great. I love it. A lot of times I'm not even paying attention. I see it, and I'm like, I'll be laughing in the middle of it when I see it.
Well, yeah, every once in a while when we're talking to somebody, it'll go full screen, and then I'll see what it is for the first time. I look at Zito, I'm like, hey, gotta add.
Take it down.
Come on.
He's a cool guy.
Like behind it, like I'm literally pointing at Zito, go, come on. And then you'll see Zito like type over there another attempt, and then he'll put it up, and then I'll get one of these from Zito. Like one of those. I'm like, okay, good. And they'll put it up there. This show is ridiculous. It's a joke, and it would be nothing without all of you watching. Thank you so much. We'll do a big giveaway tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's an article coming out tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think. I'm very intrigued to see how this guy views my life.
Should be good.
This article is going to happen with or without my permission. And I don't know if I like that at all. There's a lot of me. There's too much of me. You know what I mean? There's too much of me.
Well, if you're quoted in it, that's giving permission.
But like when I wasn't, he was.
You don't have final say. You're saying he's not going to send it to you. Hey, is this cool if I post this?
No, it's not just final say. He was going to do it whether I wanted to participate or not. You know. So
good. Then it's good you participated.
Well, that's kind of, but I kind of got bullied into it. I mean, like, I don't like this type of shit because I am an impossible person to probably describe. I mean, I've been doing a lot of inflection, trying to figure out why the fuck I am who I am to begin with. And there's a lot of me, too much of me. And we don't really promote the show much. I'm on SmackDown. I don't even say that I have a show, right? I mean, there's 3 million people on there. I could say, like, daily show. Like, if people fall to our show or get to our show, that is, I think, that's our sweet spot. You know, like, hey, I shouldn't be forced in anybody's life. This guy, Jerry, I had a conversation with him. Seemed to be a good guy. Hopefully we'll be able to meet in person. I did no research on him, though. I should have. I guess. I still haven't to this day, but I'm intrigued to see what business people from that's high society shit. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Their thoughts, on the old popper that made it big. I'm excited to hear how he writes that entire thing out.
I think it'll be great. It's not a hit piece, I'm sure.
Jerry Bloomberg is the president of LA Toys.
His name's not Jerry Bloomberg.
Yeah, he's Jerry. He works for Bloomberg.
Works for Bloomberg.
Big toy guy.
Jerry Bloomberg works for LA Toys.
President.
A little different.
President of LA Toys.
Would you find his LinkedIn page?
Yep.
You're right there, though.
And I said this before when I initially talked about this. I told him I had to be the first person ever that said, I'm sorry, I did not know that Bloomberg was a thing. I had no idea. And of course we are a thing. We have a magazine, a network, a radio network, a TV. And I was like, I am so sorry. Yes, I am seeing now. I am looking up your social media. You are a massive ordeal. This is incredible. Thank you so much. I am so sorry about that. But I'm a doofus, so I'm excited to hear what he thinks about me, and I can't thank everybody enough for following along in this stupid journey of life. I'm thankful for the boys. I'm thankful for all you. Thankful for the guests. We'll be back tomorrow with a big giveaway on Feel Good Friday, and life should be good going into an incredible divisional round weekend.
Hell yeah.
Cheers. See you around.
Hello, my name is Evan Fox, and I am a Lions fan.
Foxy loses.
Biggest joke of a franchise ever, dude. Your team blows.
Lions fucking stink.
Oh, shut up, Fox. Lions fucking stink.
The Lions fucking stink, Foxy. Get out of town.
Get out of here with that Lions bullshit, Foxy.
Lions fucking stink, bro.
Foxy, dude. Download FanDuel Sportsbook. The Lions are 11-6 against the spread.